Okay, yeah. Let's continue Noan's story. Let's do a bit of reading. Passerby, what's beyond the grave? I wonder what. Winter. The first encounter between Bella and the 17-year-old Noan. Oh! So this is how Bella and Noan met. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Noan has witnessed conflicts within Aslam slowly come to a boiling point during the years he has served on the cargo crew. A festering wound that tests the boundaries of the people and the law. To stand a chance against the guards from the upper level, Rachel has finally found several weapon suppliers who are willing to work with her after a long period of searching and hard work. Still, there are many desperate people in the lower level who are willing to snitch on them like Bancroft did. The cargo crew has to hide the weapons they have procured in different cargoes, sending them all across the world with their trucks to keep their plane safe. They will have to wait for the right time before retrieving the weapons. Hi, Captain Rachel told me to come here and collect the remaining blessing boxes. Is Mr. Beeth here? Beth? Beeth? I don't know how to pronounce that. Bro, why? Oh, dude. Oh, man. Dude, it hurts. Oh, man. I remember what happened in chapter 13, man. The side story. Oh, that hurts, dude. My grandfather went to sleep after finishing his work. You're from the cargo crew. Where's Rachel? She's busy with something else, so she asked me to come this time. Huh? I've heard Rachel's distrustful of the people around her. I wasn't expecting it to be so bad that she's making a child captain. She gauges Noan's height with her hand. Have you considered that I might be a genius prodigy? Noan no longer feels bothered the way he did when he was younger when he hears someone challenge him. He changes the topic with a smile. If Mr. Beth isn't here, maybe you can help me with supplies instead. Sure, you mean the last batch of merch, right? Right. The weapon parts and ammo have all been dispersed among the unsold blessing boxes according to Rachel's specifications. Will they stay hidden? The guards are used to seeing these boxes. They'll open the containers to inspect the other packages, but they're too lazy to open the blessing boxes one by one to check what's inside. Every time Rachel purchases a new order of weaponry, she disguises them as unsold blessing boxes and hides them in different refugee bases. Just like how these Pandora boxes were the aristocrats' tool to destroy the lower level, they are now the cargo crew's instrument to secure power for the rebellion. As long as you guys know what you're doing. Not counting the ones with the merch, we somehow sold 31 of these boxes. Can't believe there are still people who fall for these scams. They're selling much worse than they used to. No one's making them anymore on the train. This is the last batch remaining. What about the other items we're selling here? They're almost out, including your moonshine. Here's the list. You'll find our fee on it. Thanks, and the thing we mentioned last time. My grandfather said no. The way he put it, you'll only drag him down into your fight if he joins you. You'll be asking for supplies or refugee or something else. He'll never hear the end of it. Refuge, my bad. Further involvement will only put the space at risk. Selling you guys weapons is as far as we can go. Alright, I understand. Get on with your work. The bees are also done with rebuilding the base last night, so take them with you. The woman looks toward where Bumblebee is, sighing with anguish and disgust. They're also a mess, that lot. Noan and Cargo Crew 08 walk towards where Bumblebee is resting and find the upper level guards that usually oversee the operations here are nowhere to be found. The Bumblebee members all look exhausted and sad, their heads lowered. Blood splatters on the ground near them, telling the same story once again. They did this? Who else? Someone couldn't finish the crazy amount of work, so they're going to deduct our pay. Our captain was pissed, so we started fighting with the guards. Couldn't finish your work again? Finish my ass! Shouting angrily with his hoarse voice, the Bumblebee captain stands up, his hand covering his injury. Their CPF wasn't completely fixed. When we worked on the area, we didn't have enough protective gear, but the dickheads didn't give a shit. The CPF always fails a few months before we can come here to rebuild. We're gonna die if you arrive early, and if you arrive late, who's gonna let us arrive late? A hulking dickhead arrived in the morning and told us to fix the house on the left first. Then another dickhead visited in the evening and told us to prioritize the farm. They're both subcontracting the work they took and getting commissions from them. They don't care how much work there is. So many folks on the train could use a meal, but they won't bring extra hands, so they wouldn't have the extra mouths to feed. I was complaining about the lack of work for all the hungry folks on the train 4 years ago, but it's worse now. Those who stayed are starving, and those who came out of here are worked to death. Time was short, and we had to crunch. 2 weeks ago, the CPF reconstruction site broke down in the middle of the night. We were all working underground, so no one noticed it when the signal light turned red. The engineer at the base spotted it and contacted the dickheads overseeing the work. Guess what? Those drunkards were sleeping, and they didn't bother to do anything, so the engineer thought we weren't there. By the time the dickheads woke up in the middle of the day, we already had 4 infected. We even had to inject the serums ourselves. They're like that every time. Good luck finding them to confirm anything on time. Unless they're here to find us. Suddenly you have a detailed list of every mistake we've made. Some things they're charging us don't even make sense. Don't even make sense. We thought there'd still be something left when all's said and done, but no, one guy didn't fill his quota and now they're not paying any one of us. What did the captain say when we left the train? If we need to crunch, we'll crunch. At least they picked us and we won't have to starve. With what they're finding us, we somehow have to pay them back. I was reasoning with them, but the dickheads were like, at least acted like gave us 2 meals a day, and they threatened to turn off the CPF and water filter where we rest if we keep complaining. Can he stand that? How is it different from murdering us themselves if they stop the CPF and the water filter? So we started punching. Could you beat them? They might be armed, but we still got the number. Still, some of us inevitably got hurt. Where are the guards? Gone. They weren't going to throw their lives away. We should have followed him and crushed his head with our hammers. Didn't you see him opening his terminal? They wouldn't just indict us if we kept fighting. What would happen when we go back? How many are hurt? 6, 7, counting him. Noan quickly walks further inside and finds 6 people lying on makeshift wood beds. The ones slightly hurt are dressing their injuries with dirty rags, while others are surrounding the other 2 that were heavily wounded. One of them is unconscious with a gun wound in the stomach right on the liver. The other one is still awake, luckily with a few broken ribs. Is there anything they won't do? Help them first. There should still be some meds and the supplies we're bringing back. Those are our wares. How are we going to explain to the guards if we're short? We're going to get punished too. I'll cover the loss. Do you have a lot of supplies with you? These people don't have anything to give you in return. The most valuable thing they have is their lives. Listen, Four Eyes. Not that I don't want to save them. It's just... I know. Being part of the cargo crew used to be an enviable position for the Bumblebee. With the more established structure, cargo crew members can just make a living underneath a leader who cares about them. But like the Bumblebee, the cargo crew can hardly look out for themselves nowadays, not to mention other people. Help the heavily wounded first. Oh, my bad. Help the heavily wounded first. Supplies are scarce, but they've also helped us in the past. No way we can save the one shot in the gut. Then we have 5 we can save. But listen, Four Eyes. Listen to Four Eyes here. It's also what Rachel would have wanted, not to mention that we're almost ready. You're right, let's go. The cargo crew members gesture to each other before running towards the warehouse where the wares are. Thanks. You said 7, where's the other one? You mean Ed? He didn't make it. He was the one who couldn't finish the job. Those fucking guards. Ed was old and sick, and they still chose him to work out here. Where is he? The Bumblebee captain points at the ruins to the west, his expression livid. You don't want to go there. He died from an infection. Noan, hey! Let him go. Old Ed took care of him when he was young. He was the one who helped Noan, see? He Julie one last time before she died. Don't blame me if he's infected. With no way to express his anger, the captain's fist hits the wall with a dull thud. As its echo fades, everyone hears a woman's heartbreaking cry coming from behind. The person with the gun wound is no longer in pain. Surrounded by his friends and companions, he has left this cold, uncaring world behind. By the time Bumblebee has finished burying their dead and boarded the trucks with their belongings in grief, Noan is met with another bad news. What's wrong? The cargo crew member in charge of inspecting wares is standing next to a pile of collapsed crates, staring at the blood flowing out from underneath in panic. The upper-level guards were checking the goods and found a few blessing boxes too packed. I was going to distract him, but the crane in the warehouse suddenly moved and knocked down the crates on top. The cargo crew member points at the control panel in the distance, where a woman is sitting quietly with her head lowered. She is not looking at the bloody scene, nor does she look like she intends to leave her seat. She is the wife of the woman of the person who just passed. The one who got shot in the gut. Damn. Damn, bro. That's gotta hurt, man. Dude, that's gotta hurt, dude. What should we do? That's 3 dead guards under those crates. How the hell are we going to explain it? It was an accident. Their deaths have nothing to do with the blessing boxes or any personal quarries. That's what we're going to say. Will the other guards believe us? I'll testify. I'm also partially responsible. I should have packed the blessing boxes more carefully. Thank you, but this would have happened even if they hadn't discovered the boxes. He sighs, looking at the cyber crying woman at the control panel. Power secured by violence will one day be taken by violence. It's sorted? Yes. You'll find your payment inside warehouse A1. Thanks again. We've got to go. Are you alright? You look like you're going to break down any second. Break down? Me? Is there someone else here? Hearing her words, Noan finally notices the dull pain in his chest. I'm fine. I'm just exhausted. Is that all? Your team told me that one of the dead bees was someone who took care of you since you were young. How could that be all? Even though he has seen his share of deaths, it is not something you can get used to. And honestly, you never should. But we're standing within a rushing riptide right now. Any careless mistake will bring the thousands of folks in the cargo crew down with us. There are too many people we have to save. The only way you can turn this around is by tackling the root of the problem. You are a captain and a core member of the cargo crew now, so every move you make will be monitored. Do not do anything on impulse. Be patient. Act like a grown-up. Never mind. It's impressive that you're still functioning and doing your job as it is. Most can't get into the cargo crew at your age, not to mention become a captain. Thanks for your compliments. Already smiling, are we? Are you mellow or are you just cold-hearted? Or are you just cold-hearted? Neither. I'm busy. I don't have time to be sad. I can kind of see why Rachel trusts you on a job this important. There's still some things I'm curious about, but I'm not sure if it's my place to ask. What is it? I've been told that the supplies are even more scarce on the train than in refugee bases like ours. How has Rachel managed to find so many things to trade? No idea. Rachel has her way, and she won't tell me. How likely do you think you'll win? No idea. There's still a lot we aren't sure about, and many we don't trust. Guessing now is a fool's errand. That was the last batch of weapons. When are you going to act? No idea. That's up to Rachel. You have no idea about anything, and you still carry on. Are you that eager to die? No, there's a reason Captain Rachel doesn't tell anyone any details. The aristocrats have known what we're up to for a while. Failing to find any evidence, all they can do is pressure us and keep searching. Should they get a hold of anything, the consequences will be dire. If you're curious, why don't you agree with Captain Rachel's proposal? Mr. Beth and you are both merchants she collaborated with secretly for a long time. Perhaps she'll make an exception and tell you her plan. Having a refugee base to support us continuously will give us something reliable to fall back on. You've already planned to cover for us, after all. Grandfather said no, and that means no. You can owe me a favor for covering for you. It has nothing to do with my grandfather or the base. She looks down in silence briefly. Grandfather said you are destined to fail. You're all one step away from your graves. Any instability in Actlic will impact the braces greatly. If you all lose, our trades will also be affected. Not to mention the elderly on the train and the other kids like you. Better corpse than a servant and an accomplice to those aristocrats. Is that something a kid your age gets to say? That's what everyone says. I just take after them. Speaking of which, everyone on your team is older than you. Do they listen to you? They don't have to. I only made captain because I got along with the people around me. They're not impressed with what I can do. They simply support and trust me as their comrade. I listen to them as often as they listen to me. We're all equal. Equal? I was expecting more air grace from a kid like you. How old are you? 18 next summer. And I thought you were no older than 14. I guess you're still waiting for your growth spurt. Well, do your best and live. You still owe me one. Thanks, I appreciate it. Nodding sincerely, Noan has no idea how he will come to regret his promise in the future. What's your name? I'm Bella. Last name Beth. Like my father, Bella Beth. Cool name. I guess I'll call you BB. Bella gives him a solid knock on his head before he can finish. I guess Rachel didn't tell you not to call me that. She only ever talked about old Mr. Beeth and Miss Beeth. Beeth is fine. I'm older than you, but not old enough for honorifics. Alright, Miss Beth. I don't know. That will be his first and last time to call Bella by that name. No one is prepared to make any sacrifices. He never expects to see her again. I'll see you around. Those words that even he himself finds improbable. No one waves and turns around, leaving with a smile that he has put on so many times on occasions like this. Bella only remembers that there was something she forgot to ask when Noan's figure disappeared from her sight. What was his name again? Damn, so that's how Bella and Noan met, dude. Wow. Damn, dude. Also, gonna take a sip of water. Remember to hydrate. Ooh, his whisper. Oh god. He's seeing Bella's apparition on the right side again. again. Damn, dude. Bella Beth. Noan was trying to get help from a base that day like he is now, but further involvement will only put this base at risk. Selling you guys weapons is as far as we go. Captain Rachel tried to get help from many bases as well, but most of them could barely take care of themselves. Did something happen to Bella's camp? Why is she inside the Red Tide now? Come, I'll tell you. Don't go. Sorry, but the people in Medical Center 09 are still waiting for me. He knows he cannot stay here for his past. Despite the many questions he wishes to find the answers to within the Red Tide, he has to leave now. I'll see you around, Bella. When did he stop calling her Beth? Noan does not have time to think about it. He just calls her the way he's familiar with before he hurries away, heading towards the nearby base. There you go. Sorry, Medical Center 09 requests support. Please. Run! There are many corrupted behind us. We can't even save our teammates. Alright, let's go.
This is the best match. Bring rules to the night. Count up their sins. Bring wounds to the night.
More corrupted, eh?
This is the best match. More spring will be bred from winter.
Nice. Damn, bro. Don't worry, I'll save you.
Bring wounds to the night. I'm okay. This is the best match.
Nice. You good, bro? Are you okay? Take it. We thought we were left behind and screwed. You got hurt. Get some rest. Watch out. The corrupted are coming again.
I'm okay. Bring wounds to the night. This is the best match.
Watch out! Stop. It stopped? Was the corrupted following your orders? Could it be the Ascendant's Gios is voice controlled? What about this? Defeat them! There you go.
I'm okay.
It's not a coincidence. So you can control the corrupted? No, I have no idea what's going on. It's an Ascendant! Retreat! Retreat! Rendezvous with the others first! Damn. tactical retreat. Step back. Stop. Destroy yourselves. Damn. Yeah, that's interesting. An ascendant? The treated construct's reinforcement has finally arrived. Were you responsible for the attack on our base as well? No, I just arrived. We were also under attack at Medical Center 09. Our way out is blocked by the red tide, and our comms are down. We need protective suits to move our patients, so Who would trust an ascendant? I'm not an ascendant, I don't know what I am either. Stay guarded all you want, but please trust my words. There's still many people in Medical Center 09 who need my help. The CPF can't sustain for long. People will die if you wait any longer. You're probably trying to trick us there to slaughter us. How can I make you trust me? We'll never trust you. Constructs all draw their weapons, charging towards Noan, not giving him a chance to explain himself. Their blades and bullets graze his body, leaving behind several bloody marks, but Noan refuses to step back. Stop dodging! A female construct leaps onto a set of broken stone staircases. Damn, why can't I speak? Striking Noan with her blade from the high ground. Do you only know how to run away? I'm here to seek help for the people of Medical Center 09. Liar! I'm not. The barrage of bullets drives Noan back before he can finish, entrapping him among the constructs. Kill him! Hearing his order, other constructs who have been hiding inside the ruins leap out, blocking any escape routes. Right before their blades strike Noan, the punishing virus concentration in the air rises drastically. Crimson spikes sprout out from beneath Noan's feet, shooting at everyone around him indiscriminately. Watch out! Seeing that one of the spikes is about to hit the construct closest to him, he rushes to catch it, but it still pierces through his palm uncontrolled. And you said you're not an ascendant? Unwilling to give up, the construct raises his weapon and strikes again. The spikes in turn form a rocket launcher of arrows, primed and ready to fire. I'm so sorry, I can't control it. Please stay away. What are you? I didn't want to become this. I don't want to hurt any of you. I'm here to ask for help. The people in Medical Center 09 are trapped by the red tide. Please trust me on that. The female construct does not say a word. She quietly turns away, sending a comms request through her terminal. Anything? Nothing. Nothing from Medical Center 09, just like what he said. We're so dead if this is a trap. You can call for more reinforcement if you still believe it's dangerous. It's safer with more people. Which base has the people to spare at a time like this? The lead squad investigating the deserters is still nearby. Maybe they're free? Let's send in a request and see how it goes. Thank you. What do we do with this guy? He doesn't seem like the other ascendants in our files. Should we let the elite squad handle it as well? Yeah, they can handle whatever he is. How they deal with him will depend on who's in the squad. I can stay here as long as Medical Center 09 gets the help it needs. You can keep an eye on me if you want. The constructs share a glance and discuss quietly. We've sent a rescue request. We'll head to Medical Center 092 after rendezvousing with them. Thanks. There's no point in keeping an eye on you. I hate to admit it, but given what you're capable of, there's nothing we can do if you do want to take us down. I'll stay here then. Can we really trust you? Trust me. Doubting they may be, but constructs may come to a decision despite the concerns for their own safety. Let the elite squad deal with him. They're almost here. After he watches the constructs leave, Noan turns to look at the red spikes beside him, lost in thought. What am I... Something unusual must have happened to him, even if he is not an ascendant or a transcendent. I don't want to become the enemy. If I can't control this power, perhaps I should let their elite squad. Hold on. Noan suddenly hears a soft voice from a dark alley. Lethos, how did you get here? You made it through the red tide? You were away for so long. I was worried. Don't worry, help's coming, and you didn't answer me. Lethos ignores him, focusing on Noan's hand wordly instead. The wound on your hand. Wait, stay away! I still can't control these spikes. I could... You're an ascendant? Do you want to hurt me? Of course I don't, but I can't control it. Then do you want to control it? Yes. Should we look for an ascendant? Only they have the power to control the punishing virus. How do you know so much? Because I've seen my share of deserting constructs. What do you mean? Were you a deserter as well? Lethos does not answer him. Looking into Noan's eyes, Lethos suddenly approaches him. Stay away, Lethos. It's okay. I won't get hurt. I can control it. The spikes have not moved an inch since as Lethos moves closer to Noan and holds his hand. Who are you really? Can you tell me? I'll tell you, but first, let me treat your injury. Letho takes out some simple tools. Gently fixing the wound on Noan's hand. Don't be afraid of this anomaly. If you can accept and learn to control it, you won't hurt anyone you don't want to hurt. You might even be able to save them. Save them? What happened to your teammates when I met you? They refused an irrefutable offer, and they were disciplined accordingly. Disciplined? Naughty children need to be disciplined. Hearing that, his shrouded memories suddenly clear up as if someone has shone a light upon them. With that hint of light, Noan finally remembers. As his memories flood back, his expression towards Lethos changes from worry to confusion to realization before it becomes an expression of calmness and acceptance. Lethos, you... Yes? Curious but uncertain how to phrase it apparently, Noan still decides to voice his question. What pronoun do you use? So you finally remember. Yeah, it was you who turned me into a construct back then, wasn't it? It was... Why are you passing as someone you don't identify as? Wait, that's not entirely true. You weren't hiding your identity when I first met you. I just forgot. Lethos turns his head away, sneering in lament. No, that's not the point. You were the Ascendant hiding among us all this time? Well, yeah, I was worried you couldn't control yourself and you wouldn't accept me. This is the only way I can stay with you. Come back with me. Your anomaly has sprouted within you. I can teach you how to control its power. Noan once again reminds himself of his lost memories. There must be a reason he refused Lethos officer in the past so resolutely. Giving Lethos an answer now before remembering it would be reckless. Ayo, let's go, Noan. That's right, stand up against the Ascendants. No, I haven't remembered everything yet. I can't tell how much of what you're saying is true. It won't do you any good to remember your past. They are my memories. I'll be the judge of that. Do you really want to remember even that time when they all hunt you down? What? I've reset your memories 4 times now. This happened last time as well. You wouldn't accept me, and you couldn't control your ascendant power. You became a walking target after you lost control. I had to kill them to protect you. What did you just say? Damn. No one going crazy. I'd love to see it. If I said I had to kill them to protect you, but your mind immediately deviated after seeing the bodies. You don't remember any of this, do you? It doesn't matter what you say. You still want to remember before you make a decision? Yes. That was what you said last time and the time before. Your mind deviated both times before you could give me an answer. But that's alright. If you still insist on getting your memories back, I'll give you what you want. Come here, Shrek. Lethos silently reaches out. I can be patient. I'll stay with you until you understand me. Until you become my family. Damn, bro. Lethos is messed. Dude, Lethos is messed up. The Modern Warzone books as firewood. The moment Noan holds Lethos' hands, the floodgate holding back his memories instantly collapses. Old memories and new confusions interweave, entangled as they tug each other, forming a disorderly spiral. I'm indeed Ashlar's people. He was right. I failed the moment I decided to work with him and hurt other people to arm ourselves. Consequences be damned. Yo, nah, bro. Is this what really happening to Rachel, bro? Dude. Nah, man. They're all dead. Why? Why? I don't need your apology. I want you to pay with your life. You said you were different from them? What good could possibly come out of it when you stand next to an ascendant? Dude. Oh man, that's gotta suck, dude. Crimson blood and horrified cries rush across his mind in an instant. It would be quite tragic if this is what we've been working toward and looking forward to. You know, his jumbled memories turned into a blizzard, setting off an avalanche. We're all wrong. No one could pass the filtering. That's the price, isn't it? At the end of every memory is a lone survivor lying in the freezing snow as he watches the dark sky. Accepts the gifts of the Ascension Network. Noan replies with a sneer filled with the immense grief under the falling snow and the forever darkness. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to change anything. This is my only choice, otherwise I wouldn't be able to change anything. Huh? Coming to his senses, Noan finds himself sitting inside Rachel's compartment. It is 1 in the morning, and he has just returned after hiding the weapons he received from Bella Beth inside Carriage G. No one can remember that. The fighting with the upper-level guards is 7 hours away. Why are you looking all distracted? Weren't you asking Rachel why she's working with Ashlar? I'm sorry, I was indeed distracted. Can you explain it again? Sure. The fight is about to start anyway. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Rachel raises the glass in her hand before gulping down her moonshine. Because it was my only choice. She repeats her words. Cargo crew was a disorganized mess. Teams would fight with each other just to get a larger share and a safer assignment. I wanted to change that, but... But I had nothing but my fists. I only had one belief: I could fight my way out of this. Obviously, a stupid idea like that didn't get me anywhere. Every time I wanted to start something, the aristocrats would make me pay. When they were about to kick me off the train, Julie saved me. Mom? Yeah, she just met your father back then. She became his secretary by being the hardworking badass she was. She couldn't stand the turmoil of the lower level, so she reached out to me. We talked over and over until we found the only way through. Ashlar. Yo, changed my opinion on Noan's mom now. I actually kind of like her. I understand why. Speaking of which, your father was the one who introduced us. He brought me to the man who wanted to replace the aristocrat, and Ashlar and I made a deal. I scared the aristocrats who wouldn't work with him through the armed disturbances on the lower level, and he gave me the connections and supplies to unite the people against the upper level. After many successes, folks started treating me like an undefeatable hero and put me in charge of the cargo crew. Anyone could ask me for help because an upper level aristocrat with actual power is standing behind me. Ironic, right? But I didn't have to worry. I could deal with anything. Don't worry, you can deal with this. After these corrupted will be under your command. All these corrupted will be under your command. Noan's vision suddenly distorts and turns into a foggy harbor. Lethos is holding his hand, patiently guiding his move. This is the memory of Noan waking up not long ago after becoming a construct. He has forgotten who he is and what ascendants are. He is simply trusting this other person wholeheartedly, a person who has stood by him and told him every secret. Give it a shot. You can even bring the law and order of the Golden Age to them. They'll move things, rebuild ruins. Just don't control too many things at once before you're used to it. Like this, but they don't seem to be listening to me. That's alright, I'll help you. Holding Noan's hands, Lethos points them at the crooked constructs. Let them do what you want to do and save who you want to save. Free yourself from the harrowing powerlessness and become a real hero. What is it? Okay, gotta readjust. One sec. Also gotta stretch. Alright. You never told me what the price of this power is. Thinking back, no one supposes his instinctual alertness as a merchant must have prevailed. I just needed you to become one of us. Not a lot of people can pass the filtering. I cherish you, and I want you to stay. What then? What will you want me to do after I become one of you? The things he asked of me started mounting up after he thought he'd help us enough. Noan's vision jumps to the night before the flight once again. Rachel sits before her desk, sneering at her glass half-mockingly. Looking at the scene, Noan notices a sense of danger amidst the uneasiness. There are only 7 hours left until the upcoming battle. Why is Rachel still drinking and chatting with Assad? We were just tasked to take care of some jerks and their shady business initially. Then innocent folks started getting involved. Till one day, Ashlar asked me to take care of your father, because he'd started to misbehave too. I'm sorry. I didn't realize Ashlar had brought a few other reckless fools apart from us. Had I known, I would have protected Julie, if nothing else, her father too. It's too late to say anything now. Her face was scarred in the end, and she landed on the lower level with you and still inside her belly. Then she started to change. The stories she loved and the dreams she believed in were all hidden underneath her mask without a trace. To get a chance to fight back and free us from Ashlar's control, she agreed with my idea to manipulate the books in order to gather weapons for the cargo crew. You realized that long ago, didn't you? Or someone told you? Yeah, people have said things. I know I shouldn't trust Shauna and Waylon to hide anything from you. She sighs, staring at the murky liquid inside her glass. Julie was different from me or Assad. She wasn't born to be a bad guy. She had been on edge ever since she had started tampering with the numbers. She said you ought to hang with other people, but she would start panicking the second you stepped out of sight. Was that why she agreed to let me stay in the book storage room? Yeah. I told her to keep you around if she was worried, but she was afraid of how you'd react if her crime. Sorry. If her crime was exposed after you two got close. She would tell herself that she was doing it for everyone's future, as if needing to convince herself. Then she'd start thinking about how you'd survive after she was gone. She would worry that she spent too much time drawing instead of learning a skill that could keep you fed and alive. That was why she was always so strict with you. But deep down, she wished you got to do what you love, be it reading, drawing, or being with people you like. She once told me, I hope you get to become who you want to be. Sorry, a bit tired today. Did you know? I should leave you with a word or two, then whatever future you want, don't make the mistakes I've made. She said that too. Rachel pauses for a second before lowering her head and laughing, her whole body shaking uncontrollably. Captain Rachel? That's how it is, isn't it? It was wrong to begin with, and we can only fix the sins with our past with new mistakes. I knew it was wrong, but there's no other way to stop. There was no way to stop. This is the afternoon he wakes up after he lost his memories for the first time. Standing in front of an endless red tide, Lethos caresses the glass jar in his arms longingly. I just want to protect everyone. I've been thinking about how to allow humans to coexist with the punishing virus all these years because I realized there wasn't a way to eradicate the virus completely. You look like you're wondering why an Ascendant would want something like that. Lethos holds the jar up, staring woefully at the things inside. These are what remain of my family. My father left me at an orphanage because of my disability. It was a heaven for adults, but a hell for children. Every second there was torment, but we kids survived with our mother by protecting each other. I saw selfish people and selfish souls. I was hurt, and I was also aided. My feelings toward humankind are more complicated than simple love or hate. And that's how I feel about the punishing virus, too. Oh, my bad. Wrong button. The outbreak broke down the fortified cage of the orphanage. My siblings and I escaped, led by our mother, and we finally got our freedom. So I was once again grateful for this calamity, until it took away everyone I loved one by one. Can you understand how I feel now? Yeah, it's kind of a sad backstory, I won't lie. Sorry, just wanted to check if we didn't miss anything. I just wanted to protect everyone, anyone that was left behind. Don't be afraid. The red tide isn't something cruel. They might not be living as individual beings, but they are reborn through it. This may not be the ideal choice, but it's the best option I can find. As long as something remains, even in this unliving state, it will be better than death. This is the only way for those of us who have survived, see those who have died, to see her again. Gotta rehydrate. Lethos grabs their long purple hair instinctually, as if holding onto the remains of someone they deeply care about. I know you wish to stay with real humans instead of shards that form these projections, but you will be inevitably betrayed if you give your trust to other people. You can only protect yourself and others if you hold absolute power. I have learned that lesson, and so should you. Remember how the cargo crew ended? Dude, you're the one who ended it. How it ended? Did you forget? Right, you've only forgot about it once after all. Now remember and tell me your choice. We told you we didn't have a choice. Noan's confused mind returns to the night before the battle once again. What would you have us do? Those weapon manufacturers couldn't trade their weapons for our enthusiasm, could they? They need to put food on their tables as well, not to mention that the cargo crew's reputation got tarnished after the blessing boxes. No one would have listened if we hadn't had something to offer. I might not agree with Rachel on a lot of things, but I think she was right to work with Ashlar and split the profit of the blessing boxes with him. The blessing boxes stopped selling long ago. Where did our recent supplies come from? We still have Barbara. The person who took over Mom's job? That's right, my wife used to be a really good cook. But you said... There's no easy way to trust her. These two have been up to no good behind my back. I suspect Barbara for some of the food poisoning incidents in the past, but I couldn't find the proof. Assad is only working with us because he failed to get a good seat on the upper level. He wouldn't have given a damn about the rest of us if he were enjoying his life. Why are you keeping him here then? Because he has his connections within the cargo crew in the upper level. He is still useful to me. But could someone untrustworthy have provided a steady source of supplies? I know it's not feasible long term. What we took was ours to begin with. The supplies we got from manipulating the books were the payment meant for the cargo crew and the bumblebees. Hungry people will buy anyone if enough time has passed. The more people with their own agenda, the fewer we could trust. In the end, we were dismantling ourselves for the enemy. Huh. Why bother when we could just throw them off the train when we discover them? Well, was that what happened to Bancroft all those years ago? I can't do anything if you insist on thinking that way. Perhaps Assad is drunk or simply annoyed. He does not deny Noan's words firmly this time. Do you think I got him killed all those years ago? But I didn't do a damn thing. I have no idea why his son was gone either. Regardless, I was genuinely glad that someone troublesome like him disappeared while searching for his son. I didn't try to look for him, but that didn't mean I killed him. You hear me? No, aren't you turning 18 soon? Yes, why? Field has disappeared for about 5 years by now, hasn't he? I know you always wanted to look for him at City 74, but missions from the cargo crew have kept you away. And you children couldn't find anything else even when you had the chance to go near the place. I did the same. I privately tasked people to look for Field multiple times over the years. There's news every now and then, but there was nothing we could confirm, so I never told you about any of this. Is that true? You have news about him? I told you I couldn't confirm if that was him. Once the business with the train is over, you can leave the cargo crew and look for him yourself. Oh, my bad. Leave the cargo crew? Yeah. Most people who stay here and don't have a choice. You're different. You're young. You should go see the world. When do you plan to make your move? Sooner the better. All the weapons are hidden inside the train now, so stalling was only going to put us in more danger. I'll start making plans after the two other teams return in a few days. She finishes her drink and puts down her glass. Only now does Noan realize something is not quite right. How much did he drink today, Captain Rachel? Haha, just this one glass, but she's a lightweight. 10 more minutes and she'll crash here, I'm telling you. It's a virtue to get drunk after a few sips. Alcohol is expensive here. Did you say you still have to confirm the intel? Your current state? Gotta read just again. My bad. Read just again. Alright. Tonight's fine. They won't be back that quickly. Show me your assignment first. How is your rev blade assembled? Yes. Noan passes the rev blade to Rachel. Carefully she inspects it under the dim light. Not bad. You're a good self-learner. It took me a whole day to figure out what each of these parts was. It's good enough for you to take the time to study it. If it were Assad or his underlings. What do you expect? They'd have traded the parts for drinks the moment they have stepped out there. My mom used to say, don't be fools who burn the books to stay warm. Only those who learn from the books can survive. Don't be the fools who burn the books to stay warm. Heh, yeah. Those who don't read but burn books to stay warm are indeed fools. Rachel looks at her reflection inside the glass, disgusted. Sometimes I feel like Julie is right about a lot of things when I look at you. She lowers her head and continues speaking as if she can't stop. Attitude determines altitude. That's what the old folks used to say. They're patient enough to understand and learn, which means you're much better than many who are already 6 feet under the ground. Even though she wanted to send you to the cargo crew when you were 9, she did that only because she was anxious. Julie wasn't the fittest person. With the work she was involved in, she was worried that she would have to leave you too early, and you wouldn't be able to survive on your own. She wouldn't tell me about any of it, and I only knew that she coughed a lot. If you didn't tell me afterward, I wouldn't have known that she was sick all along. How could you not know? Go take a look at yourself in the mirror. You're the same. Rachel's vision has blurred from her drinking. We're the same? Yeah, before she put on that mask, she was about your height, and her eyes were as stubborn as yours. Her hair and clothes were as dark as yours. Didn't make a sound when she walked, that woman. Couldn't spot her at night when the lights were off. You know, sometimes I really wish you'd stick that firefly on your shoulder. I wouldn't have to worry about losing you in a night shift. I tried my best to make some noise. Who can tell the sound you make when the fight begins? Looking at Noan's dark hair, Rachel suddenly laughed as if thinking something funny. Why don't you dye your hair into a rainbow? Why don't you treat your night blindness instead of bothering the kid? Night blindness? Me? Impossible. Impossible my ass. Didn't the doctor prescribe you a bottle of vitamin A last year? It was practically full when you gave it away earlier this year. Sorry. Who's free to dye someone's hair nowadays, anyway? Kid's stuck with his hair unless he becomes a construct or something. None of us would have stayed here and worked our lives away if we could just become a construct. Have you ever tasted your whatever affinity? What affinity? Tan something I forgot. I heard you need the affinity to have a shot of becoming a construct. You could also just die from during the surgery. Enough. You can figure it out in the future. This young man has all the time in the world. Botcha waves her hand drunkenly. Either way, I'll make sure you live. Either way, what does that mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you about it when it's over. Right now, some things are still uncertain. Rachel's head slams on the desk. Captain Rachel? Alright, let her sleep. Sometimes you just have to let it all out before you hold on to your secrets for too long. The fight is in a few days. She's no superwoman. She could use a sip to pump herself up. Let's put her somewhere where she can lie down. Sure. Noan wants to find a blanket cover. Rachel, after lying her down. He can only find a jacket hanging on the back of the chair in the compartment. Hey, that's mine. Give it back. Sorry. Right as Noan is about to hand aside the jacket, he accidentally touches the folds by the collar and introduces something unusually rigid right inside. What is it? Your jacket. Noan flips over the collar and inspects it, finding a meticulously hidden seam at the folds. He tears up the seam carefully, and a thin piece of machine falls out. Is that a wire? How long have you had it? That's... Assad evades Noan's gaze. He hesitates for a second before grabbing his jacket from Noan and grinning embarrassingly. It hasn't been that long, just a few hours. You know I don't usually wear a coat. Barbara gave me the jacket yesterday. We've been talking about our plans and the weapons we moved to the train all this time. Captain Rachel says no one inside this room can know. Don't worry about it. My wife keeps suspecting I'm seeing someone behind her back, so she's just checking who I've been calling and looking into ladies I've been meeting. She's not interested in the weapons whatsoever. Relax. Rachel and I have been eating at Barbara's, and she's been helping us with the books. And we're all in the same books, aren't we? Boat, aren't we? Stop being so suspicious. How about me going to Barbara now and making sure she doesn't spill the beans? That sound good to you? But what? What else are we gonna do? Rachel's going to sleep for at least 5 hours after she's drunk, so good luck waking her up. Nino and Shauna won't be back until the morning. You haven't eaten, have you? There's still canned food on the table. Finish them and go to bed. We'll sort out this mess after Rachel wakes up. No, that's too risky. Risky? When did you get so distrustful like Rachel? How many supplies has Barbara helped gather for the cargo crew? What good will it do her if our little sting here got exposed? Stop sticking your nose into our marriage. Stop staring. I've got to catch Barbara now before something else goes awry. If you tell anyone about us and embarrass me, I'll make sure you regret it. You hear me? Watching Assad walk away somehow reminds Noan of Bancroft. Assad! Assad rushes away with a charged expression, as Bancroft is, stumbling as he leaves the compartment and soon disappearing from Noan's sight. Damn. Things are getting spicy. Things are getting pretty spicy for the rebellion. Wildfire of life. (8:41 a.m.) There's commotion on the lower level. Noan flips open the vent cover to find over 30 upper-level guards charging into the commoner carriage and blocking the narrow passageways, causing many to groan and complain. What's happening? Crawling inside the air duct towards where most of the guards have gathered, Noan begins to see a trail of blood, as if someone is dragged across the floor. Then he sees Assad's blood-soaked clothes. Assad's broken bones are exposed in the air and coated in dry blood. Piercing through his flesh and skin, part of his head is missing. His toothless mouth is silently bemoaning the pain he suffered before his death. The tight ropes used to tie Assad up are twisting his body unnaturally. The guards around him seem to be displaying the cruel scene on purpose, showcasing how Assad was killed. Stay silent all you want, but the rest of the core members of the cargo crew are next. You'll witness how they are all dragged to their deaths on this train attack. Tell us where you've hidden the things if you don't want that to happen. Rachel, this isn't like one of the little brawls in the past. We could take them at face value and only punish those on the scene. But this time, it's threatening all of us. Your silence is only going to escalate things. Our boss will send us to our deaths if we don't have it all sorted out today. Escalate things. The aristocrats upstairs have pushed all our folks to their deaths. Does that not escalate things, or the times when desperate people take their own lives? When you lot beat up and kill whoever you want? Do you think your little stunt here is going to solve anything? We don't want to make it difficult for you. There's no need for us to make a scene here. We're all working for the people upstairs. Just hand over the things, and and no one gets hurt. Rachel sneers without answering. Instead, she turns and looks at the entrance to the vents. Noan knows that Rachel needs to receive a signal that confirms Noan's presence. But he must take advantage of the dark air ducts right now without making a sound. You know, sometimes I really wish you'd stick to that firefly on his shoulder. Quietly, Noan takes out his clockwork firefly and turns on the little light bulb on his tail, gently waving it by the vent. You're stalling, aren't you? Waiting for somebody? If you're waiting for the 2 squads you sent out, I can tell you they're already dead. They're already dead. The guard takes out his terminal and shows Rachel a recording. Thanks to this coward, the upper level is killing 2 birds with 1 stone today. He kicks Assad's body, laughing. Fine, I'll go with you. Rachel, you can't. Before you can finish, 2 shots from 2 different guards graze his shoulder, hitting a young man standing behind him. The young man falls down as the people burst into screams and protests. I have to act now. Look at you all huddling together. How many do you think will go down with just 1 grenade? You fucking monsters! Enough kneeing on. How many defenseless people are here? You want to get them all killed? Boss, we can't let you... Another gunshot interrupts him. Taking advantage of the chaos, Noan throws the short sword in his hand at the light on the ceiling. Darkness and shattered glass befall the carriage instantly. Sound the alarm! Move! Cargo crew members do not hesitate upon receiving a signal. Turning toward the nearby guards immediately. Cargo crew members do not hesitate upon receiving a signal, charging toward the nearby guards immediately. Making use of the darkness and confusion, Noan drops down from the vent and stabs the guard with a grenade with his rev blade before grabbing the guard's spare longsword and throwing it at the teammate beside him. Nice! The guards have expected some conflicts, but they have not foreseen how determined the people are. Catch him! Ah! Nino leaps toward the still standing guard, carrying a strike to his face. Shifting his body, he pushes his blade through the guard's unarmored throat, and gushing blood shuts the guard up. Right after that, the sound of screaming and explosions blend together, almost deafening everyone in the cart. By the time the emergency lights turn on, the 30 or so guards are now silent corpses alongside a few innocent bystanders, leaving only the blood-drenched people panting and trembling. There's no turning back now that we killed their guards. Good with me. I'm done waiting. Let's kick it off. They're going to just send more people down if we wait any longer. We wait your order. Alright. Rachel steps over the pools of blood and smashes the alarm of the lower floor before slotting in her ID card as the cargo crew chief captain, stopping its ear-splitting shriek. Do you remember your vow when you joined the cargo crew? Rachel clenches her fist as the people watch her in silence. Her hands are covered in the blood of their enemies. We'll free everyone from oppression. We'll lay the dead to rest ourselves and let them know their sacrifices are not for naught. Now's the time to fulfill your promise. They have not bought as much time as they wanted. The aristocrats on the upper level quickly realize what is happening and unanimously decide to punch the riot on the lower level, sanctioning all forms of violence. In a short period of time, those who are willing to fight it gather at carriage 6, arming themselves with the weapons hidden there. While those not willing to or cannot fight move towards the back of the train. Damn, man. Man, Aslam is fucked up, bro. The ACA is fucked up, man. The two sides clash inside a carriage at the lower level, at the lower middle section of Aslan. The guards have the upper hand initially, suppressing the lower level with their superior equipment. With Rachel and the other core members leading the lower level, the people respond with superior tactical measures. Our people are ambushed in various parts of the train during the advances. You've already lost contact with over 8 squads. Damn it, where the hell are those rats hiding? Find them! With their knowledge of the train, the people strike from unexpected shrouded locations. From the ducts to the roofs, they cut the power and the light to the carriages while making many inconspicuous traps. The traps are made with crude materials, a spike that has been sticking out, an easily shattered glass box, some torn wires on the floor, or even the frame of a broken umbrella abandoned in an unknown corner. Simple as they may be, they're all incredibly useful tools in a close-quarter fight in a confined space. Noan can hear the guards not too far in the distance shouting about retreating, only for them to choose to stay and fight instead. Ha! Good luck having those aristocrats allowing them to bring the fight to the upper level. After signing to stay, the guards are soon given new weaponry and launch another assault. Facing their heavy fire, the people's tactics quickly become ineffective. The desperate people must sacrifice more to deter the guards' impenetrable advance. This is the moment we've been waiting for. If we back down now, what will happen to the people hiding behind us? To death! The cargo crew can last as long as they have against the guards because of how they navigate and assign their forces in the narrow carriages. Once they initiate an advance, however, all their advantages vanish immediately. A cargo crew member near Noan howls with his weapon raised, running past Noan without noticing a flashing red light near a broken chair to the side. Watch out! Damn. Well, damn, bro. Every bullied person living on the lower level has dreamed about this day. In their dreams, they will find true equality, fairness, and liberty the moment they cross the line weaved by gunfire. People believe that their combined will can triumph over any amount of guards from the upper level. Only when the real fight begins does everyone involved truly understand how fragile life is. Dust and smoke fill the lower carriage. Explosions and scream come out of every corner. The well-armed guards are pushed back by the angry people while the superior weapons of the guards take the people's lives away. Every life on Aslan, privileged or poor, is dissolving like an ice cube amidst fire, wailing and warring in despair. No one could see blood gushing out under the light that seeps through the loose trim. The red liquid, the metallic shells, the debris, and the human flesh are all fused together, splattering all over the narrow passage. Damn, bro. Bodies still warm pave the floor. Without a way forward, someone has blown away the door, letting the speeding train hurl the bodies and blood away, leaving behind a trail of blood across the tunnel wall. Countless lives and dreams, quarrels and prejudices, oppression and hate. Death erased them all. The bustling carriage of yesterday is now silent after the ceaseless explosions. Fewer than 50 people remain in the cargo crew by the next morning. There's no shouting in the front line, just the sound of guns firing at each other. Lying beside them are thousands of corpses in their blood, silently declaring the outcome of their fight. The remaining people will be able to cross the connecting carriage and storm the upper level after they take down the few enemies still standing. Before they can breathe a sigh of relief for their tragic victory, however, they hear unnerving thumping and cranking entering the connecting carriage. Oh shit. Is that oh damn, a riot model. Oh! Damn, a riot model? Jeez. Oh god. An enormous orb-shaped mechanoid appears, stepping over the dead bodies on the floor and firing blood-red lasers at everyone still breathing. Right then, the train enters a tunnel, the carriage unlit by the damaged lights. 7 seconds pass and the brief darkness fades away, revealing 9 more lives have been taken. Fuck! They couldn't beat us and now they're sending in that thing! Nino runs as he shouts, picking up the rifle from a dead guard before aiming and contributing to the fray of fire. Nonetheless, all their bullets ricochet off the mechanoid's metal shell, barely damaging it. Fuck, it's tough. Get out of my way then. Shauna brings out a grenade launcher from who knows where, dashing near Nino and firing even before he has safely retreated. The anti-tank projectile flies through the greenish-gray smoke, hitting the giant machine. Damn. Did that do it? It should. Or the smoke and fire dissipate, the unnerving cranking makes itself known once again. It's not dead! Any idea, Shauna? That was my idea. What do we do? The guards are still behind it. What? Where's Rachel? She led another group to the front. This thing has separated us. Fall back for now. We'll take cover from using the heavy blast doors near the coupling. That should buy some time to regroup. Alright, that's the only thing we could do for now. Make sure to pick up anything useful on your way out. Guided by the 3 core members, the other cargo crew members cover each other as they quickly retreat to the lower level, the scattered guards. Meanwhile, take the chance to advance again, staying behind the mechanoid. Hey, what are they doing? Looking where he's pointing, they see that a large group of guards is climbing onto the roof of the carriage, covered by the orb-shaped mechanoid. What are they trying to do? They're avoiding direct confrontations. To sneak to the back? Wait, people who can't fight are on the back. They always use people as hostages. What do we do? Should we go up and fight? We can't. There are too many of them. I don't think their rich ass is still hiding so many people. According to Rachel's number, these must be Ashlar's bodyguards. Shauna, Noan, a lot of guards have just gotten past us. We see them. What should we do? Move back. Aslam is approaching tunnel 204. The ceiling of the tunnel is not high enough for the guards to move freely, even if they're up on the roof. We have 15 minutes before we enter the 204. Make sure everyone has retreated behind Carriage G. Secure yourselves. Carriage G, what are you planning to do? I'm going to blow it up. Damn. Oh, not a kamikaze, man. 9:01 a.m. The winter sky just shows the briefest glimpse of light through the dark clouds, and it already begins to snow. Damn. Also, isn't this like the same art from like Surviving Lucium? But like, damn. The art is crazy. The moment the speeding train exits tunnel 204, Carriage D explodes, splitting the train in two. The locomotive drags the upper level carriages onward for a while before gradually stopping 5 kilometers away. The lower level carriages shake violently from the explosion, flipping over some of the storage carriages nearby. Luckily, preparations have been made, so most of the people in the common carriages are safe. I got a message. The front is stopping. I'm not surprised. These are a lot of carriages there. There are a lot of carriages they are otherwise leaving behind. Those aristocrats can't give up that much money. Is that giant military mechanoid following us? Not yet. Most members who can still fight have stayed in front of Rachel. The only ones left with the rest of the people are Shauna and Nino, Noan, and a cargo crew member named Jimmy and Mike, and a Birmingham member. Get everyone off the train first. We're not that far from the other side. This is all for nothing if they manage to pursue us. Does going outside mean we're safe? The guards have legs too, you know. Quiet. What's that sound? They hear a sound most familiar to the cargo crew approaching from a distant sky. A helicopter? Before they can react, intense gunfire disseminates the broken carriage. Those psychopaths! Is this necessary? Take cover, now! Bullets shoot through the smoke from the explosion and strike where the people are. Sparks fly as bullet holes riddle the walls and the floor of the carriage. Jimmy fails to dodge in time and is hit on his left shoulder. Noan is about to reach for Jimmy when Mike grabs Noan by his collar and pulls him behind cover. Jimmy! Still trying to rush out, Noan is stopped by both Mike and Shauna. He looks at them confused, but Mike simply shakes his head, speaking only when Noan has slightly calmed down. Let go. You'll just become another corpse if you go out. Jimmy is moaning on the ground in pain. Dense but sporadic bullets land around him, never hitting Jimmy directly. Jimmy tries to crawl toward the cover, but a bullet hits one of his limbs every time he moves, accompanied by teasing laughter from the other end of the floodlight. The guards are playing with the dying man. Those bastards! I'm gonna kill them all! You idiot! Can't you see? That's what they want! They're keeping Jimmy alive to draw out the people hiding behind the covers to slaughter them. It hurts so much! The wounded Jimmy, still a teenager at this point, is trembling. His tears briefly wash away the bloodstains, revealing his still adolescent face. But he crawls up despite the pain, and raises his pistol even as he cries. Hurt and broken as he is, he refuses to kneel and instead fires at the blinding light. Dude. Aslam is fucked, bro. This revolution is crazy, man. What the hell? Ah, you people! You can barely see the enemy against the light. He can barely hold his gun as it is, but the ricocheting bullets still frighten the cowardly guards, forcing them to put him down. That is the last thing Jimmy can do. Following and dehumanizing, a few rounds pierce Jimmy's chest, ending his rasping cry. His eyes is... Dude, that's fucked up, man. His eyes are still open as his body hits the ground, those crystal clear irises of his blurred by a mixture of tears and blood. Bastard, those motherfuckers! What should we do? We don't stand a chance confronting them directly. Staying here won't save us anyway. Let's head out and go down fighting. It isn't time for a last stand yet. Check that out. Shauna points to where Carriage G broke off. The guards are standing near their pneumatics devices Aslam used to open the train doors during an emergency, where the train shifts to helium-3 as their energy source. There's a large amount of heated compressed air inside. I learned about it from people on site in maintenance in the past. If you can't get it to leak, you can get it to leak. It will distract them for a good while. You can take the opportunity to split up and hide, ambushing them from the dark. Do we still have any explosives, grenades, anything? We'd have them if we do. It's pointless. We can't get that thing to break from here. I know how to open it. I can do it with a screwdriver from close enough. Nino looks at her in silence for a few seconds before turning away. No way. If you can all open fire at the same time and cover me for 5 seconds. No, 3. 3 seconds is all I need to get to that track behind the covers. I said no. How's that different from taking your own life? You were just lecturing me. How are they the same? That's the only way out now. Didn't Rachel say that you have to listen to me if you disagree on something? How are they the same? That's the only way out now. Oh, sorry, my bad. Fuck, I don't remember. A barrage of bullets is fired at them again. Several rounds graze past their covers, impacting the ground and sending sparks flying. A barrage of bullets is fired at them again. Several rounds graze past their covers, impacting the ground and sending sparks flying. Shit, they're flanking us! No time to hesitate. I'm going to count to 3, and you start firing for at least 3 seconds. Split up once their formation is disrupted. Understood? Is there no other way? Everyone else stays quiet, leaving only Noan to ask this question. No, there is no other way. Don't be afraid. As long as there's those who live, as long as the people we want to protect get to live, I've made the right choice. But the way Nino, that thing you mentioned last week, my answer is yes. Let's move in together after this. What, you're talking about that now? It's too late, isn't it? Nino wants to say something in return, but Shauna has started counting down for her plan and her life. No! Oh, man. She knows clearly that her life is no longer hers after these 3 seconds as she opposites the Grim Reaper. 2. Grinding his teeth, Nino curses under his breath as his rifle aims exactly where he needs to fire. 1. Shauna never stopped thinking about dying. She's used to seeing her people die. She thought she would be ready when her time came, but now taking that one last look at her comrade, she allows herself a moment of vulnerability. Open fire! Shots and gunshots come from behind the cargo crew's covers, sending the shouting guards into disarray, unable to see where they're firing from. The guards are forced to find cover as well. An eagle-eyed guard notices a figure dashing out of cover, but the cargo crew's suppressive fire causes the guard's shot to go wild. Keep shooting, don't stop! This is the only thing they can do for Shauna now. They also know that if they do not replace their tears with their bullets and roars, their grief will simply break them. The cargo crew is out of ammo to sustain their suppression after 3 seconds. The brief pause is quickly assumed by the return of fire of the guards, which pins down the remaining crew members instead. But before long, the guards start screaming and steaming gas bursts from the door, breaking up their formation. Fuck, that woman there, kill her! Following that are a few gunshots and explosions. Shauna's life comes to an end somewhere too far away for her comrades to see. The steaming air is dispersed by the explosion, no longer threatening the guards. Split up! The 3 of them take this brief window of opportunity to leave their covers, splitting up into different parts of the carriage, hiding among its many intertwining ducts and machines. They are fearless, even when confronting enemies 10 times their power. Unlike the guards, they are the people who actually know the train thoroughly. First, the bullet breaks the lamp on the ceiling and shouting in the depths of the carriage once again. Not only does it make it harder for the guards to find them, but the sunlight also turns the guards into shining targets. Then comes a volley of gunshots. The head of a guard who has veered off, tracking them, explodes. Another guard who is hiding behind cover finds himself somehow riddled with the bullet holes. The guards are getting impatient, seeing other guards dropping one by one and deciding to bring down everything that can be used as cover. After a round of explosions, the cover crew stops firing. Push forward in groups of 3. We have to find them. The guards advance carefully, but they have not expected to hear gunshots firing from behind them. Several of the groups are immediately taken out, sending the guards into chaos. Take that, you armed thugs. Retrieving his blade from the enemy's chest, Noan finds Nino sneaking towards the corner of the carriage. Nino, what do you think you're doing? The fire caused by explosives, the explosive the guards deployed is beginning to spread. The area with the pneumatics is flooded with fire. It will not be long before the whole place burns to ashes. We have to get their bodies back, at the very least. There's no way we're leaving them in a place like this. I'll get Shauna, you two grab Jimmy. Or no one could stop him. Nino is already on his way to cover the corner of the carriage, crouching and dashing from cover to cover, right underneath the watchful gaze of the guards. He quickly reaches Shauna. For a second, Nino even thinks Shauna might be alive before he sees her body with his own eyes. Before he can move Shauna's body to a safe location, he feels a sudden excruciating pain. He feels a sudden excruciating pain from one of his feet. His left foot has stepped on a bear trap hidden among the debris. His years of training have kept him from screaming despite the bone-shattering pain, but the sound of the trap activating is loud enough to get the attention of the alerted guards. Oh man. A hailstorm of bullets fires toward Nino. He immediately ducks away, but not before he's hit twice in his abdomen. Nino remembers every trap in this place, and he would not have made such a rookie mistake. It must have been moved. The guards must have moved in near the corpses in order to catch anyone coming back to them. Damn, dude. Fuck, dirty bastards. Noan and Mike have successfully moved Jimmy's body somewhere safe when they realize the guards have Nino pinned down. Hey, Rachel's boy, looks like Nino is hurt. We have to save him. Can we do it? There aren't a lot of enemies left. Noan moves his wrist and nods, his short sword and rev blade in hand. As Mike fires, Noan dashes across the difficult terrain of the carriage towards the group of guards nearest to Nino. With their attention on Nino, Noan's blade smoothly goes through one of them. His teammate turns and aims at Noan, but Noan's short sword slices through his wrist. Distracted by the scream of the unhanded guard, the last guard fires in panic, only to allow Mike to hit him from distance. Taking advantage of this window of opportunity, Noan slashes towards Nino and drags him away from shooting into the spreading fire, leaving Shauna's body behind in the process, watching as this flame devours her. Retreating behind a secured cover. Oh, my bad. Retreating behind a secured cover, they have nonetheless exposed their location. Suppressive fire rains upon them, trapping them where they are. Fuck, this is all my fault. All my fault. I couldn't get Shauna, and now the two of you are... Save it after we left this place. Nino's terminate suddenly receives a comms request. Pardon. No one helps Nino up while Mike returns fire with his limited ammo, holding the guards back. This is Nino. We're stuck at the back of Carriage G. We've lost a lot of people, including Jimmy and Shauna. What is your status? That's so. We're almost wiped out too. We were hoping you could help us. Wayland's voice is faint as if it will stop at any moment. What about the rest of you? Where's Rachel? Wayland answers after a brief silence. We got separated from Rachel. We tried to contact her, but there's no response. Nino wants to keep asking, but they hear nothing back. Not even the sound of sparse gunshot. The giant mechanoid is on their side, isn't it? We didn't really stand a chance against it to begin with. The giant mechanoid is on... Sorry, my bad. This rebellion has probably failed. No way. We've lost! We've lost! The guards have also taken a heavy hit at that. That is when Noan realizes how warm his palms have been. He looks down at Nino on his arms to find Nino's blood soaking through his shirt and hands. Nino, you're losing a lot of blood. You have to stop the bleeding right now. Noan puts pressure on Nino's wounds, but there is no way he can stop the blood from gushing out. He watches as Nino's life fades away before him little by little. No. Nino does not seem to be in pain, however. He just holds his terminal in his hand, saddened. It would be quite tragic if this is what we've been looking forward to. Nino is slowly losing consciousness from his blood loss. They have to do something about it, or he will die of shock soon enough. But the guards are not giving him a chance to breathe. Having restored the public address system on the train, the guards speak to the two of them amidst their ceaseless gunfire. This is a message to the rioters in hiding. Come out now, otherwise. The sound of a child screaming and his parents crying can be heard from the system. We'll start executing these accomplices to your right. Do you hear me? Compass my ass. They're just taking hostages. We can't drag on into this. But we're the only one left. We can't save anyone without putting our lives at risk. They're still away. Faking our surrender? No nods. A hand slowly rises from behind the cover, followed by another hand. Hold fire! The guard stops shouting, but the rifles still point at where Noan and Mike hide. The guard knows full well how cunning the cargo crew members are by now. Noan and Mike slowly stand up. With the unconscious Nino on Mike's back, the three of them step out from their cover. Unnerved and fully exposed to their enemies. Not bad. Walk here, not bad. Walk here slowly, just like this. Don't try to pull any stunts. The guard gently smacks the face of the child kneeling beside him with his pistol. The child is so scared that he cannot even cry. No nods. Approaching them slowly and naturally, no one notices the common knife he hides behind his leg. As he approaches to the hostages, no one notices Hill once again. The old timid woman who has been watching over him since he was young. Rachel always says that not everyone has what it takes to stand up to the bad guys. They might be silent, but that doesn't mean they approve of what's happening. Many on the lower level disagree with Rachel. They believe that those who do not fight are a waste of resources. But they forget that people like Hill have been contributing in their own way inside this moving cage. How many children has Hill looked after? How many torn clothes has she fixed? No one never questions his choices because he's noticed it at all. The people he has to protect are right there beside him. They are safe, even though they are scared. He does not regret what he has done. He just wishes he was powerful enough to have done more. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The old woman's tears soaked her wrinkled face. Why have I always failed to protect you? Don't be sorry, Aunt Hill. It's okay. He wants to offer her a smile, but he cannot. He keeps walking as the guards watch. I've seen what Barbara did after they took Julie, but I was too scared to tell her, too scared to tell you. She's sobbing frantically behind the guards. I just looked as she ate them, just watched as she died. Hill's wailing gets louder and louder, and then, right before Noan and Mike gets the guards, the gunfire and the explosion almost happened at the same time. Aunt Hill? Goddamn. No one will never know when she took the grenade or when she made up her mind. I'm so sorry, my children. Your Aunt Hill was too scared to do anything back there. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So she took her own life. That's... Man, this chapter, bro. It's so good, but it's also so sad. Not everyone has what it takes to stand up to the bad guys. No one thought he understood what it meant. But is that true for humankind? The young mature as they grow, and the old change as they mature. Even the dying Cinder contains the courage to ignite itself and burn. Damn. That was a long part of the chapter, man. Oh, wait. Let's keep going. Ear tube. He's taking a deer for a horse. Okay. Oh, this song. Ooh, this song. Snow has covered up the scarred earth by the afternoon. Only a bloody figure can be seen inside this barren land, running above the upper level carriage. Oh god, this song. Oh, this song is so good. It sounds so good, man. Sorry, got a vibe for a little bit, man. I'm sorry. Got a vibe for a little bit. Ooh, that climbing piano. Ooh, the climbing piano is muy bueno. Mike. Oh, God. Mike, the heavily wounded Nino and most of the civilians are staying on the lower level. To find out the fate of Rachel and the cargo crew, Noan travels 5 kilometers of snowfield alone, returning to the upper level. No amount of snow can cover the blood and bodies here. At last, Noan finds the person he has been looking for. Captain Rachel! Noan? Rachel has lost her left hand as blood drips down her forehead. Noan has never seen her so vulnerable. Her hand. Is there any doctor around? There's no one left. We've failed. Turns out Ashlar has a few of those mechanoids hidden away. In the end, we only got to catch her breath. When the aristocrats started to fight among themselves. Among themselves? You're talking about Ashlar and Princess Jamila? Yeah, Jamila didn't win either. Her gods have gotten as quiet as the snow. The only good news is Ashlar has played all his cards now. Without his aces, he has fallen from his throne. I'll take you to a base outside. We'll find a doctor. Hold on. That's not necessary. It's too late now. She forces a wry chuckle and gives Noan her terminal. Captain! Listen to what I have to say. Take my terminal. It's part of my deal with him. What deal? I hope Ashlar will let you live. There are also records of our businesses in there. Things Ashlar wants to keep hidden. Give him this terminal in my head, and you'll become the hero who caused the riot. The aristocrats will favor you and put you in charge of the cargo crew. What? I'm almost out of breath. Don't make me repeat myself. Why are you asking me to take over your place this way? Because if we failed, to get another shot, we'll need time. Time to rest and rebuild. If you give up here and now, what would happen to those without a home? No Bates will take them in. They have to stay on the train. No one to look after them. The aristocrats will keep hurting and exploiting people as they always done. Dude, screw aristocrats, man. And also, isn't Ashlar one of the ones who is one of those crazy aristocrats who sided with the Ascendants? If I recall correctly, because like, bro, that guy is a piece of crap. You said Ashlar lost his aces. Now's the chance to take him down. I wish it was that simple. It's not just his weapons that bound those aristocrats. Even if our rebellion succeeded, it would have only been the first of many steps. There would have been a lot of problems we have to solve. Alas, we failed, so we need to start again. Rachel lowers her head, her face pale. She has lost too much blood. Listen, we're coming to search the roof. Do it now or it's going to be too late. Captain Rachel, I won't do it! Yes, you will! She shouts angrily and frail, forcing Noan to grab her gun. Damn, bro. Hold it tight. Don't let go. Didn't you want to find Field? There's information on him in the terminal, but you can only find him if you survive this. I've made my share of mistakes leading the cargo crew. I've done so much wrong and hurt too many people. I didn't trust those I ought to believe in while trusting people like Assad. Even when he let his people steal from their own team, when he himself did it, I allowed it because he was trading half of his take for our weapons. So what happened to Bancroft? That's right, he was the one who told your friend about warehouse G54. Assad tricked him and got him inside the crate. That's why you should hate me. Shoot, kill me and live. Remake the cargo crew the way you want. Don't make the mistakes I've made. Quickly, they're almost here. But the cargo crew is almost wiped out. You might be wrong. But you're my mentor. How can I do this to you? And consider it my last wish now. I've always wanted to atone for what I did to your mother. Dude, no! Why, man? Why does it have to be like this, dude? God, it's just... the depression keeps on coming, bro. She was dead because of me. The only way I can make it up to her is to make sure you get to live. Rachel puts her hand over Noan's. Noan is about to hold her cold, shivering hand when he realizes she has something else in mind. What are you doing, Captain Rachel? You know, Julie? Damn. The flare from the barrel covers up her last words. Noan is the last one standing on the snowy field. And the dead eyes too, man. Damn. After Rachel dies, Noan is quickly taken to the jail cell that once imprisoned his mother. He stays there for 14 days under many watchful eyes. The guards all have their own agenda to patrol outside his cell. Some are people from Ashlar's side, while others are royal bodyguards rarely seen in these parts. No one even sees a hurt young construct wandering nearby. Some of them want the truth, while others want to make sure no one tells the truth. These people are all cautious of each other, their moves and countermoves forcing them into a deadlock. Somehow, that gives Noan the chance to survive. The night before Noan is supposed to be brought to the temporary council, the young wandering construct suddenly sits in front of his cell when no one else is around. Hey, Chang Yu? Hey, yo, Chang Yu? Leader asked me to apologize on her behalf. She wants to help, but the royal forces are hampered right now. The soldiers we sent were the most we could do. And she wants to thank you. She knows you have Rachel's terminal, but you haven't given it up, haven't you? What are you saying? Do what you want to do. Next day, Noan is marched into a temporary council by the guards. Commoners surround the hall, whispering tales of the event and the survivors. Royals and their bodyguards sit atop at the staircase, while aristocrats with different expressions are sitting nearby. At the first right are guests no one has never seen before. Hey, it's you, Jamila, and whoever the fuck you are. Random guy. Hey, yo, nice to see you. Their outfits suggest they were constructs from Babylonia. Noan has seen many of them while working for the cargo crew. He never talked to them outside of the dealings. What happened to Aslam has deeply impacted the Actulek Commercial Alliance. As our trade partner, Babylonia has requested to attend this trial. Both Babylonia and ACA agree that the cargo crew and Bumblebee of the lower level are instrumental to our work to reclaim Earth. We have therefore allowed our citizens to sit in this meeting. They have the right to know. You don't mind, do you? Of course not. This bastard. Ashlar sounds confident. Oh, this mother trucker. I thought this guy was banished, bro. I thought this guy left, man. Over the last 3 days, he has deployed various methods to search and question Noan, offering carrots and sticks to make sure Rachel's terminal is not in Noan's possession. To prevent Noan from hiding the terminal, using his knowledge of the low-level carriages, Ashlar's guards have been repeating one thing. As long as Noan frames the event as a result of Rachel conspiring with the royals, Noan will be crowned the hero who called the riot. He will be in charge of the cargo crew and enjoy all the benefits that come with it. If Noan does not follow their script, there is only one end that awaits him. He will be executed in the cruelest way possible. The people that the cargo crew tried to protect will be exiled from the train. Sorry, hiccups. Allow me to begin, as I was the first to discover this riot. The trigger of the event is as follows. My dutiful guards discovered that Rachel has stockpiled a large number of unregulated weaponry from unknown sources inside the storage carriage while inspecting their wares. My guards were trying to inquire about the origins and purposes of these weapons when the cargo crew suddenly attacked them. Ashlar loudly lies as if Ashlar lies loudly, as if there were no wire inside the coat. Asada was not dragged to his death, and the people had not been held hostage at gunpoint. During our follow-up investigations, we secured a key witness. He was a core member of the cargo crew. People turned their gaze toward where Ashlar is pointing, Noan. According to his testimony, Captain Rachel conspired with the royals to allow the cargo crew to carry out an armed riot on the upper level to eliminate the voices of dissent. Bullshit. No way Rachel would work with the aristocrats. Don't you slander her. Rachel never told the people the truth. She said these shadowy deals would break their hearts. Face the truth, you filthy peasants. This tragedy only happened because the royals condoned the cargo crew's irresponsible and unrestrained behavior. Therefore, he suddenly raised his voice. To prevent the royals from abusing their power again, I propose an end to the monarchy. We shall establish a parliament a la Babylonia, dividing the power and responsibilities among those of us who actually contribute. Hear, hear. Cheers and applause from the aristocrats and their underlings erupt as if rehearsed. Ashlar, you've claimed that the royals condone the cargo crew's actions. What exactly did they condone? The stockpiling of unregulated weapons and not holding them accountable for their violent behavior. Let's put aside the fact that you have yet to present concrete evidence on the day of the conflict. You deployed a large number of lethal military-grade weapons. Were you authorized to use them? We simply sent our technicians to override the control of those deadly weapons. They were originally Rachel's. Is that so? But I received the following piece of evidence earlier. A manager from logistics named Barbara brought me a ledger and asked for my help, claiming that someone is trying to take her life. You have apparently obtained many supplies and resources through her. Anyone could forge a letter or a ledger. Anyone could forge a letter or a ledger. That woman has passed. Who could say if you falsified the evidence post-mortem? We can't question the dread. We can't question the dead. Ashlar's right. Stop blaming us honest, dutiful folks, you despicable royals. Ashlar's advocates immediately clamor for him, condemning Ashton loudly. Barbara is dead. She didn't even live even after she gave away She didn't even live even after she gave away Assad's recordings. Assad's recordings. Why don't we ask our key witness? This young man here is our hero. Rachel may have raised him, but he was the one who put her down in the end. He was the one who stopped the riot. Ashlar's words caused an uproar among the people in the back. What did he just say? That the kid killed Rachel? Isn't he the guy who always stayed near her? How did that happen? I thought we all did our best, but it turns out... Traitor! You filthy traitorous bastard! Silence! Ashlar waves his hand gleefully, gesturing for the guards to pacify the crowd. When the council is quiet again, Ashlar makes his way towards Noan, his hands behind his back, steps light and springy. Now tell us, how did Rachel get as far as she did? Captain Rachel. Aslam has always been in chaos. Everyone does what they can to survive this hellhole. Trust Rachel. She has a plan to free us from this oppression. Will she become a great leader, just like the heroes from the books? Yes, I'm trying to help her. I don't always agree with the way she does things, but I have no right to question her either. You'll be my apprentice starting today. I'll train you and teach you how to protect yourself. Like I've said before, the folks on the upper level are just going to work with someone else if we refuse to make these blessing boxes. That won't help our situation at all. We've tried strikes and protests, but at the end of the day, the aristocrats own this train. We won't get a say so long as they're still alive. It's true that I've crossed the line, but if what I did brings about a better tomorrow for the people, I'll gladly do it again and pay the price. The supplies for the weapons? I have my ways. They don't even consider that the lower level keeps going like this. No one's escaping once the bubble bursts. I don't know why Field disappeared. These sacrifices are made so that people get to live a good life. I've always wanted to atone for what I did to your mother. Remake the cargo crew the way you want. Don't make the same mistakes I've made. Would Rachel work with Ashlar again if she could turn back time? Probably. She kept betting her hope on something more powerful than her, something she thought to be immovable. Even on her last breath, she believed that power would save Noan. Rachel has never really trusted us. She became a tyrant while trying to get her weapons. She witnessed too many things she couldn't change and gave up too many she couldn't save. She stopped believing that she could save anyone. How does that happen? No one asked himself again. This was my only choice, otherwise I wouldn't be able to change anything. Does he have a choice now? The cargo crew has messed us up real bad, kid, but Ashlar is willing to offer you mercy. You don't have a choice. Do you want to end up like Assad, kid? Kicked off the train and dragged to your death? And even if you're fine with dying yourself, are you willing to take down so many others with you? Is that so? He hears Jamila's raised voice the moment he sets foot in the council. Both Babylonia and ACA agree that the cargo crew and Bumblebee of the lower level are instrumental to our work to reclaim Earth. We have therefore allowed our citizens to sit in this meeting. They have the right to know. Jamila is not entirely unprepared. She is sending a subtle message. They are important. Babylonia's partners also agree. No businessman will throw away anything they deem important. So everyone is waiting for you. Ashlar slams on the desk before Noan, looking at the whispering crowd impatiently. In a brief moment of trance, Noan remembers something Field asked him a long, long time ago. What do you want to be in the future, Noan? Noan looks up and stares back at the eyes watching him, unyielding, even if their gazes threaten to pierce him. Now's the time to choose the future. He knows his choice will spell his doom. But he will not regret it as long as he can finish what the cargo crew started all those years ago. It is just a shame he cannot live to see it. Rachel stockpiled those weapons because she wanted equal rights for the people on the lower level. She just wanted to free us from being exploited by the blessing boxes in an unjust system. And their worst oppressor is none other than Ashlar and his people. This time was no different. Not only did he use military-grade weapons he secretly owned to slaughter the cargo crew, but he also sent his guards to come after the citizens in the damaged carriage. Everyone standing back there can testify to that. They are the survivors of that disaster. They might not know why it happened, but they have definitely witnessed what you did. People in the back are immediately stirred up, echoing Noan's statement out loud and rallying against the cruel slaughter. Seeing this, Ashlar just sneers, unperturbed. It seems that our little witness here has been coerced into telling lies. My fellow aristocrats, do you remember why we funded Aslam all those years ago? Love and hope, that's right. We did it because we wanted to spread love and hope around the world. Did what the cargo crew do align with our intention then? Of course it did. We all have to work hard in order to reclaim Earth and rebuild the glorious Golden Age. How shameful and selfish is it to destroy Aslam just because some of them are tired? In the grand scheme of things, no amount of pain an individual is worth mentioning. If no one has not witnessed the struggles and sufferings on the lower level for the past 17 years, he might get to be as impartial and visionary as the aristocrats. As the rehearsed cheers and applauses died down, Noan plays his ace. I still have Rachel's terminal. What? I've gone through her records. 20 years of invoices, lists, messages, contracts, and minutes are all intact. That will be enough to prove what you've done. That will show everyone who the real oppressor is and who has been trying to assassinate the aristocrats who wouldn't take your orders. That's you, obviously. What? You're Julie's boy, aren't you? Your father used to work for me. We still have records of his crime, I believe. Rachel killed him in revenge before we could give him his sentence. Ashlar causes commotion among the crowd again. Your mother never stopped holding a grudge. She helped Rachel to manipulate the books and misappropriated supplies. You have all of them on record. Revenge your parents, who stayed by Rachel's side all these years as to steer her to start her riot at the wrong time and take a chance to kill take the chance to kill her yourself. The whole thing was infighting inside the cargo crew? What else can those commoners do except for take up our space and causing trouble? They're all the same. Uneducated and vulgar. Violence is all they know. Hear, hear. How horrible. Absolutely horrible. The aristocrats all rise to support Ashlar even when he's just spun a brand new narrative out of thin air to shift all the blames onto Noan. What are you all talking about? He still hasn't shown any proof. Why are you all supporting him? Noan shouts, but the crowd follows where Ashlar leads, disregarding Noan's words. Get these criminals out of here. Make the train safe again. Have you ever heard of a tale calling a deer a horse? Oh, my bad. Ashlar walks towards Noan nonchalantly, quietly teasing the young man. The counselor wanted to overthrow the king, but he didn't know how much sway he had in court. So before he acted, he gifted his king a deer while claiming it to be a horse. The king didn't believe him, obviously. So the chancellor asked the other officials in the court, is this the deer or a horse? How do you think they answered? So many couldn't wait to agree with the chancellor that it was indeed a horse. You thought those who mistake a deer for a horse are stupid, but that's their cleverest trick. People who tell the truth are often the first to die. We have a guest from Babylonia with us today, so I prefer not to make a scene. This is your last chance to hand them the terminal. Noah's hand with the terminal will not stop shaking. I've exposed you and you don't want to make a scene? They were working with me in the first place. As long as I reassure them afterward and provide them with reasonable proof, they will leave this place satisfied. Reasonable? Noan looks at Jamila. She's not spoken after her initial speech. Lowering her head, she only whispers to the people beside her quietly, as if the other figures behind her are a threat. Noan turns to look at the unnamed construct and asked him. Neither of them is able to answer Noan's helpless gaze, as the crowd around them becomes more and more alarming. Standing amidst the insurmountable tide, Noan finally accepts that the law and now order of the Golden Age have utterly collapsed. In this apocalypse, only the leader who holds actual power can make the rules that the others follow. Ordinary people will not light up the night, as bright as they might burn. Still, he wants to try one last time. Hey! Noan raises his hand with the terminal and throws it towards the young construct. And then several bullets are fired from the crowd, hitting Noan before his hand even drops. The pain in his chest and abdomen almost knocks him unconscious. What is the meaning of this? He seems to hear a voice, a question from the future asked through his memories. Meaning? Noan tries to look up, but all he hears is the echoing chorus of Ashlar's rules. Is that because they worry they will otherwise become the next targets? The guards surround the young construct while the crowd chants. They cannot take the evidence away from the construct. The construct cannot fight them off due to Jamila's stance. Futile attempt. You made the wrong choice. As long as the person's dream, people's dream. Do you think that evidence will help you achieve the dream of a cargo crew? The distant voice nears. Through his blurred vision, no one can see a bullet hitting the terminal inside the construct's hand. The terminal shatters. Its pieces scatter on the floor, stepped over by the disorderly crowd. The sacrifices are all in vain because of your choice. No. He reaches out with his trembling hand, hoping to hold on to some of the shattered fragments. The crowd steps on his fingers just as he did with the broken device. Give it back! Sorry, readjusting it. The excruciating pain in his chest torments his soul. Has he made the wrong choice? Should he have listened to Rachel and given everything to Ashlar? No, that is not the path he dreams of. Is this the path you dream of then? No, it isn't. All I wanted was a people that does not have to starve or be exploited, a people that is treated fairly with the decencies of life. As his voiceless declaration disappears amidst the chanting crowd, the dreams of tens of thousands of people on the lower level also vanish in the dark like a dying ember. Do you regret it, Shrek? Kid's still alive. Throw him off the train. Do you regret it? Damn, dude. Damn, dude. Okay. Dead end by nightfall. Snow is coming down hard where the memory ends. Right before his mind melts into the snowfield and turns blank, Noan has a dream. In that dream, he's the only person who dies, lying alone in the snow. Everyone else is safe and sound, living aboard Aslan. After his consciousness fades away, he has an agonizing nightmare. In that nightmare, he survived the fall from the speeding train, saved by a construct. A mechanical firefly his friend gave him blocked the gunshot to his chest, saving him from a lethal wound. He keeps crawling in the frozen field, accompanied only by his pain and the realization that everyone he cares about has perished this winter. Do you regret it? The distant voice echoes his ear once more through his memory. Would you have given that evidence away if you could choose again? Why the silence? Has your mind been assimilated by the memories of you dying? The voice sighs mournfully. Hey, when I left Medical Center 09 to find you, I left some gifts behind on your behalf for those who rejected ascendance. Get back to them before the magic on you is gone and save those you want to save. Appreciate the gifts of the Ascension Network, then find me afterward. Waking up from his long trip down memory lane, Noan can still feel the physical pain from the memories of him dying. Lethos! He shouts for the Ascendant, but Lethos is gone after leaving behind his warning. The medical center! If Lethos was telling the truth, the medical center... well, my bad. The medical center 09 must be in great danger right now. Even though he knows it is likely a trap, Noan cannot allow the corrupted to slaughter the people there. I'm sorry, I can't stay here. Controller time. Almost there. I hope it's not too late.
I'm okay. Dr. Sin! This is the best match.
Talbot, why is everyone out here? Does the corrupted arrive earlier than your support? It's not safe in the medical center. We have to move. Let me help.
bred from winter!
Where are the others? They took the side path and left. Most of the people who stayed here were severely injured. There are many dead. They're not far away from us. I'll watch the entrance. You go and check those injured. Hang in there. I'll take you to the medical center. We attracted the Ascendant here. Put everyone in danger. Hey! It's you. The Ascendant you and Talbot have been waiting for will be here soon. Then what about the ability to control the corrupted? It can do nothing but get us killed. Hey, come here. I need help.
Okay. More spring will be bred from winter! This is the best match! Bring winter to the night!
Nice. Damn, more, huh?
More spring will be bred from winter! This is the best match! Of their sins! I'm okay. More spring will be bred from winter!
I received comms from Lillian. They were corrupted on the path they took as well. If we don't do something, everyone is going to die. Can you do something with your ascendant power? Help me, my corruption is gonna... I can't control that power. It's not working! I didn't make contact with the Ascendant to get everyone killed. Help me. Talbot has become corrupted.
I'm okay. Of their sins! This is the best match!
Oh, cutscene. Oh, man. Why, dude? Damn, dude. Cutscene now, too? Man. Why? Bro, this is just so depressing, yet so good. The young man departs alone, leaving the road paved with the red tide and crimson vital fluid behind. Chilling breeze carries quiet sobbing from a distant alleyway, whispering the tragic tales of the survivors. It will not be long before the red tide floods this place. Noan is about to catch up with the retreating groups to check on them before realizing that he might just lead more disasters to the few remaining survivors. In the end, all he can do is leave. He feels an intense pain in his chest. Vital fluid is dripping from the tear on his frame. To stop the corrupted from going for the wounded, the powerless ascendant gave it his all in that endless battle. His fragile armor broke after receiving several hits, receiving the underlying mechanical structure. No one can feel his internal parts exposed to the air through the gap in his chest. He will not escape the red tide the next time he's attacked. What should he do next? What do you want to be in the future, Noan? The future? Yeah, a dream or a plan or something. Something you want for yourself. The future, I want to make manga telling fantastic and legendary stories. Because I want to become one of those down-to-earth, hard-working people. I want to be a righteous and reliable doctor. Stop causing others trouble and holding them back. Most importantly, I want to change this hopeless world. I want to make sure I can survive on my own so that I won't let Mom and Rachel down. Seriously? What? If that's the future you want, why do you look so miserable? Because I can't. I suppose they're just difficult to achieve. The Noan I know doesn't give up just because something is hard. What you really want is to become a hero, isn't it? Don't be ridiculous. But if you always wanted to turn this place around and help everyone, how can you give up on something like this? It's engraved in your soul. It's engraved on my soul? Yeah, it's leaking from your soul through your skin and has written hero on your forehead. I can't even laugh about it. I'm going to ask you again. What do you want to be in the future, Noan? In the future? I want to protect everyone. I want to become a hero. But a single wrong choice has sent reality down the opposite path. Noan can't even achieve his compromised dreams now. The kid who wants to become a hero is now a sinner, responsible for hurting innocent people. You're nearby, right, Lethos? Talbot believed the power of the Ascendants could save everyone, even on his dying breath. Just like how Rachel believed her terminal could save Noan, letting him rebuild the cargo crew in the rebellion. He did not listen to Rachel and chose to fight on. Because of that, the people's sacrifices were in vain. Their dreams were erased. Is he going to repeat his past mistake? As long as I can change something. He's willing to give up the dream he engraved on his soul. He is even willing to give up his soul and set foot on the path he abhorred. With that, though, comforting him, Noan enters the dark forest. But what if this path is unalterable as well? The things he has seen in the lives devoured by the red tide are plainly declaring their plans to give up the weak through filtering. Once Noan has become a part of them, it seems obvious how much freedom and space he will actually get to act as he wishes. Rachel chose to work with those in power, and she ended up being constrained by them. Much like her, the slightest accident could end up hurting the people he cares about the most, and regretting it for the rest of his life. No, that's not what I want. No one can hear a muffled voice somewhere from behind. Ascendant? The voice is asking something anxiously. Ascendant. Whoever has seen the scene of slaughter and how people were attacked would reasonably suspect that the only person who made it out alive was the culprit. Don't move, put it down, put down. Noan is still being pursued. That is why Noan must not stop. If his anomaly goes haywire again, he cannot tell if it will fail or get out of control. He does not wish to hurt another person with it. He must hurry. Once he crosses the street lamp ahead, No one will enter the vast darkness ahead, and he will be free to welcome his ending in the unknown land. No one should not have stopped, but gunshots placed the voice behind him. Grazing his shoulder and leaving behind 2 lines of blood. The sudden sharp pain pulls Noan out of his head and wakes him from his chaotic mind. He finally hears what the voice is saying. This is your last warning. Stay there. Last warning? I'll be forced to shoot you if you insist on going to the Ascendants. Does the owner of the voice think Noan is one of the deserters? Fair. He stops running, pulling his already loosened chest armor off. Yo? Hey, yo? Animated? Live 2D? Yo, what? Yo, that's sick. With a self-mocking smile, Noan slowly looks up. If that was your last warning, then I ask of you, don't miss next time. All the regrets that have been slumbering in his lost memories merge with the sin he is about to commit, paving the path to the future. His soul has died, having given up his dreams, now awaiting his body to perish along with it. If that is the case, Noan sees no fault in entrusting his fate to the duty-bound executioner. What's wrong? Why don't you shoot? Are you the construct who lost his memories back in the base? I am. What happened at the medical center? Are you asking me? There's no one else here. Do you think I'll tell the truth? I trust my judgment. Our main objective this time is to investigate Ascendants and deserters. We received a rescue request during a mission, and we detected Ascendant activities in the vicinity. People in Medical Center 09 told us that there was a deserter working with the Ascendants. Were you talking about you? Perhaps. Perhaps? The young man nods, detailing his journeys to the person before him. You were made by the Ascendants? I was. So this isn't voluntary. I don't think it means I should be forgiven. As long as the anomaly in me can't be kept under control, I could easily hurt others again. To stop that from happening, I believe... What if it can be controlled? That was the idea. I was going to find that Ascendant and seek help regarding how to control this power. No, I'm asking you to go to Babylonia with me. The researchers can fix your anomaly. Researchers. If you do not wish to hurt the innocent, then stop running and following the Ascendants. You can still choose. You can still choose? You can choose to go with me to Babylonia and live. Or you can choose to die here before you become an Ascendant. Does that count as me still being able to choose? I'm sorry, those are all the options I can offer. I can't just watch on when another Ascendant is about to be born. Aren't you worried that'll hurt you or your friends after I come in with you? I trust my team. Can I ask you something then? Go ahead. If I go to Babylonia like you asked, but the researchers there fail to do anything about me, and I lose my chance to gain the power to control the punishing virus that Talbot or other deserters of yours had wished for, along with it, the ability to help others, is it still the correct choice if I give up the power to change simply for what I consider righteous? Of course it is. The researcher's momentary setback doesn't mean there won't be any progress. Every perished soul here died to bring change to our hopeless present. A hopelessness that was caused by the punishing virus and the Ascendants. If you wish to become their accomplice in exchange for that power, it's a betrayal and an insult to those who have lost their lives. But you already knew that, didn't you? I did. That answer brought me nothing but confusion. It still does, if I'm being honest. Even if he understands it, the old dream that sank his heart like an iceberg refuses to melt. Do you agree with the filtering the Ascendants insisted on? Of course I don't. Even the most ordinary lives are equally powerful. They all deserve the right to live and die as freely as they wish. No one should get to make the scale that judges a person's worthiness to live. And trust that humans have regressed past that. Trust that our progress will lead you to the future you seek, even if it is going to take a while. Didn't your message say that you hate to turn down my invitation after all? Time to keep your word. My message? It takes him a second, but no one remembers leaving behind a note before he left to express his gratitude. At the end of his message, he wrote, I'd hate to turn down your invitation. Once I've regained my memories, I will find you and everyone else who's trusted me to explain who I am. What a time to bring that up. Since you still look pretty unsure, I want you to come with me, since I don't want another ascendance in my life. Since you still look pretty unsure. Hearing that, Noan quietly smiles. Alright. Even with all his worries and doubts regarding going to Babylonia, Noan decides to follow his soul's guidance and choose one of his few available choices. I'll go to Babylonia with you. Noan drags his heavily wounded body forward, slowly approaching you. Just as he is about to cross the dim street lamp and hold her hands, he feels a sharp pain in his back. Red vital fluid spills from his mouth. Noan has to exert himself to turn his scarred shoulder to notice the purple figure behind him. Lethos, you. Why? You can't leave me at a time like this. Who are you? Lethos does not answer. Instead, his gaze fixes on you and he hides behind the wounded Noan. Grey Raven? You know the Grey Raven symbol? You're a human from Grey Raven? A Commandant? Ravenge? You know the previous Grey Raven Commandant? Ravenge. That man is dead. Ha. Lethos quickly pulls out a short sword he used to stab Noan before rushing toward you. Lethos, stop! Noan tries to stop Lethos, but his frame is too damaged to function properly. It's a surprise that you're still standing given how broken you are. Fine. That won't do anything. Lethos easily dodges your shots as if he can predict the trajectories of the bullets. Right as you were about to enter combat with the unknown construct with your delicate flesh and blood, a familiar figure appears out of nowhere, dashing between you and countering the enemy's strike with her blade. Lethos! His identity, his name, and his character are all known to her. She therefore does not hesitate to attack the frail-looking figure unrelentingly, forcing Lethos back with her aggressive strikes. Lucia? For some reason, Lethos looks amazed before looking lost in confusion. Wait, you're already... You know who that is, Lucia? I've mentioned him to you, Commandant. He's the Ascendant that the Commandant Ravenge connected to. Ascendant? That's right. That tragedy wouldn't have happened if he hadn't been manipulating Ravenge and the people in power. Can he shapeshift like Lamia? I think he just changed his coding. Lucia points at the decoration on Lethos' neck. His face and his frame are still the same. It was my mistake not making sure you were actually dead before. I wasn't the only person who was actually dead, was I? I remember now. Lucia who became an Ascendant, and you. We were both awakened in the same way, but unlike you, the other me was actually dead. Tell me, why are you here, Lucia? We received a rescue request. I assume the corrupted that trapped those people were your doing. Did you save them? Of course I did. Even the people from the nearby bases came to help. I don't know why you were targeting them, but rest assured, most of them have been treated and safely transferred away. That's fine. I don't need them anymore, now that it's come to this. I'm not going to let you go today. No matter what you're planning, if you're here, then your paper crane is also nearby, isn't it? Ha, you still remember her? Bring it out. I'll take care of both of you at the same time. No, forgive me, Lucia. I found a way to coexist with humans now. I won't make the mistake I made all those years ago. Found a way. What is it? A secret for now. I'm only searching for companions who can travel this way with me. Once it's complete, I will gladly die. I won't believe you again. Kill me here if you want. I'll still wake up as I did before. So let's not waste time on these meaningless fights. Don't you go away! Lucia dashes forward and strikes. Right before her blade hits Lethos, her vision suddenly becomes a kaleidoscope of lights, images reflecting and refracting as they filter through a cracked gemstone. Lucia dashes forward and strikes. Right before her blade hits Lethos, her vision suddenly turns into kaleidoscope. Oh damn. My visual module is being interfered with. I told you to stop your meaningless struggle. This is for your own good. Once again, he dodges your bullets easily. This is just a trick on our visual modules? Sleep in this dream I've weaved. Dark illusions appear as countless corpses reaches out from beneath the earth. Their hands dragging and pulling Lucia backward. Ah, damn, this story is crazy, dude. Okay, gonna take a bit of break. A little bit of a break here. Come back to this later in the stream. But, yeah.
Time.
This is crazy, man. Story is pretty crazy, dude. Getting real crazy. Also, Dreamcatcher. I kind of want to do one poll and try to see what I get from it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see what I get from it. Dude, this skin is just so beautiful, dude. This skin is just so freaking beautiful, man. Let's give it a try. No, I guess not. Come on. Oh? Oh, it's fire song. Nice. Serum bundle, nice. Damn, getting nothing, huh? Oh? Oh, nice. Getting nothing today, huh? Really getting unlucky today, huh? Ooh! Weapon reso, nice. Man, I'm getting nothing today, bro. Man, I'm getting nothing today. I think this is gonna be the last one I do. Oh, I got the weapon coating. Okay, I lied. This is the last one I do, I think. Finally! Yay, I got it.
If meeting you is a miracle,
Hey, such a nice coating,
is
man.
this?
Hopefully this will be... Now it's into saving mode. I hope this will be enough to get... thanks, don't bother, none. Thank you for the congrats. And also welcome to the stream. Really appreciate it. Wasn't planning to, I'll be honest, I wasn't planning to get it, but I was tempted. And I got it. And honestly, I hope I'll have enough for the Snow Petals coating for Bianca Stigmata later down the line. Because now I'm saving for that. Because that skin is sick. Yeah, it is. Do you have it? Don't bother? Okay, yeah. Understandable. Yeah, fair. Understandable, man. Understandable. So, you new to Punishing Grey Raven, or you playing for a while? Oh, nice. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Punishing Grey Raven, and welcome aboard. Hope you're enjoying your stay here. Yeah, and welcome to the golden era of PGR. So, are you enjoying PGR so far? Don't bother? Yeah, understandable. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. It really was... Yeah, I get that. When I started out, it was really... Yeah, I get that. I feel that. Yeah, when I started out, the material crunch wasn't too great either when I started. But I'm glad you're having fun, man.
If meeting you is a miracle, is this endless burning in my chest the price for it?
Damn, dude. Alright, I actually want to check out the interactions, see if there's anything different.
Lucia rarely brings this up, but she actually cares about what you say. Leah's sometimes prayers, oaths, and miracles are like if meeting you is a miracle. Yes, I love it. What's wrong? Don't worry. I'm here.
Right. I'll be doing the... I think I'll be doing the coding story in another stream, but at the moment I'm actually going through Noan's story, Cinder Burns. I'm almost done, because I'm just taking a break from doing Noan's story at the moment, but I'll do it on another stream, or later. Because I'm currently trying to catch up to the main story right now. The current chapter, so yeah, I'll do the coding story at a later time. Did you do the coding story yet? Don't bother? Yeah. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up with this story. With with a story at the moment, you know? Oh yeah? It was cute? Nice. I can't wait to read it. Makes sense for the black cards, yeah. I'm doing the story because I love the lore of this game, and the story of this game is just fantastic, so yeah, I'm just really loving the story so far, man. This game is just amazing when it comes to story. But getting black cards for second gen attackers is understandable. Yeah, I know. Yeah, believe me, I know. Yeah, it does. It does get better. It honestly gets better around chapter, like, 9, I think. I think, like, chapter 9 is when the story really starts to kick into gear, I think. Like, yeah, Fallen Star is the patch. Because I think that's, like, the start of, like, the Kowloon arc, I think? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I feel that. I really do feel that. I feel that, man. I truly do. I think it's time to get back to the Noan story. So let's read through it together. Melting away. Yeah, I'm just really glad they... Honestly, I'm just really glad Crow found their niche and, like, how to write better and got better writers and really found out what works, honestly, in terms of story. Because honestly, everything from... I would say everything from chapter 9 to now has just been excellent in terms of story writing and world building and all that. Alright, let's go. Lethos' interference has sent Noan back into the void between torment and rebirth. He enters a very long dream, so long that it encompasses his whole life. But that is only an instant in the river of time, lasting but 21 years in an age that does not seem to end. In the infinite darkness is the sound of blood dripping. The absurd scenery scatters with ripples, echoing in a fictitious dream. Oh, damn. The cries, whispers, and prayers of many form a chain that threatens to tear his soul apart. After an extended struggle, his panicking body eventually stops resisting, and he lets the corpses drag him into the crimson ocean. How many times has this process been repeated? To lose his memories before starting with a blank page again. Plop. Fragments of his memories drip down his cheek alongside the trail of blood, and he hears a voice in his ears. If you wish to become their accomplice in exchange for that power, it's a betrayal and an insult to those who lost their lives. Regret? No, I don't regret anything. What happened after they threw him off the train? His memory is still incomplete. Noan? Noan? Wake up. Good, you're okay. Field? Where the hell did you go this time? You got cuts and bruises all over you. Mom, how are you doing? Me? Noan tries to move his body, only to discover that he's in so much pain he cannot even lift a finger. I told you should have given Ashlar the evidence. I'm sorry. What do I say to your mother now that you've ended up like this? Man, I can't speak today. Why won't you learn how to compromise? Ask people for help if you can't do it yourself. But you're all gone. Who do I ask? Summer, Mom, Rachel, Aunt Hill? What should I do? What should I do? Help me. You'll have to wake up first, Noan. Is this a dream? In my dream, you're all dead. Will everything get better if I wake up? Look at you being silly. That part isn't a dream. Her words awake the dreamer like throwing ice water into his face. His eyes open in the infinite darkness, gasping for air. Noan is hit by the excruciating pain in his chest, and he groans in agony. Hey, Doc, he's awake. Hey, Chang-Hu, let's go. Lucky bastard. Am I alive? You bet, I saved you. You wouldn't believe your fortune. The rope on you wrapped around a pillar after it snapped, cushioning your fall before you landed on a pile of snow. And your toy firefly somehow blocked the shot to your chest. Damn. The firefly blocked it? Jeez. Not gonna lie, that is one tough firefly, dude. Really bulletproof, huh? You still broke a few ribs from the impact, though. Including your other injuries, you're probably spending the next 3 months in this hospital bed. Yeah, it was a small bug, man. Honestly, it was pretty small, man. Yeah, it must have been a small bug, bro. And the odds of that happening are pretty damn low, dude. Don't bother. Why did you save me? The royals were partially responsible for the risk you took. Leader wanted me to apologize to you on her behalf. She's not able to help you openly for now. And she couldn't bring any change to the lower level all these years despite her wish. The person who started a fire shouldn't die in the cold. This is the least she can do for you. I've paid for everything here. Rest up, get better, and wait for our good news. Good news? Leader said she wouldn't let everyone's sacrifice be in vain. What will that do? There was this line from an old poem. Have you heard of it? Earth, the traveler's tavern. Lament, the traveler's song. This is how I understand it. Everything in this world comes to an end eventually. It's pointless to expect something at the end of your journey. The journey is the point. It's up to you what you find in yours. Oh, one more thing. The young construct leans down and whispers in Noan's ears. I was in a hurry when it came down to save you. Ashlar might figure out that you're still alive. I told the people in this base that you're just some random innocent stranger lying on the road. And I offered some hush money to make sure the news doesn't get out. Still, watch out for yourself. I've got to head back to Leader now. I'll see you when I see you. See you. Noan waves goodbye feebly before falling asleep and dreaming again. One day. He dreams about an endless snowstorm. The ground is covered in blood, and human limbs can be found everywhere. Noan is pursued by countless shadowy figures, and he tries to escape along a dark, narrow path. Before he knows it, he suddenly falls, landing in a crimson swamp. Noan finds himself growing a pair of wings that cannot fly. He struggles, his attempts futile and unsightly. A legion of raging hands grabs his body, dragging him down into the infinite abyss. Being hunted, running away, then falling, the dream keeps repeating itself. Noan will often wake up in the middle of the night in a panic, staring at the unfamiliar dark room that houses him. Then he will fall asleep again from the pain of his unhealed wounds, revisiting the haunting nightmare. After he realizes that he is the only person who dies in his dream, he starts to feel blissful about this torture and death in his nightmare. Even a dream of thorns is better than the real world. The line between dream and reality starts to blur in the twilight hours. He has no idea how long the cycle of waking and dreaming has lasted. Having lost everything, he seeks the slightest hint of warmth in his dreams while allowing his body to be trapped in an extended slumber. Only when he hears a baby crying inside a distant ward and visitors filling the space with the scent of food and sweat does Noan feel a warmness in the air. The doctor chuckles while placing a blue blossoming flower by Noan's bed. That is when Noan realizes he has wasted a lot of time waiting and withering. That was the train. How long until the good news the on-contract mentioned? He manages to sit down on the hospital bed despite his condition and calls frequently for the staff member from the base who's passing by. He manages to oh, my bad. Sorry about that. Excuse me, is there news about Aslam recently? You mean news about the incident? Yes. The official story was that it was a man-made disaster. The cargo crew was discontent with the upper levels management and planned a riot. A mole leaked the cargo crew's plan and forced their hand, so they had to blow up the train and cause the whole thing. That's the official story? Yeah. I heard the name of the mole was Assad. He stayed around their chief captain for over a decade to avenge his parents. Oh, wow. Damn. Wow, so Assad stuck around Rachel just to avenge his parents? Huh. So he isn't a little coward. So he isn't just a little coward like I thought, huh? I think I kind of... Honestly, it's understandable now why he did what he did. A little bit. Guy picked quite the moment to leak their plan and took down the whole cargo crew with him. You got it wrong. The mole's name was Noan. They didn't disclose it publicly, but... Oh, my bad. My bad. Spoke too soon. Just turning on the light here. You got it wrong. You've got it wrong. The mole's name was Noan. They didn't disclose it publicly, but I heard it from a guy on the cargo crew yesterday. So don't blame the wrong guy. The cargo crew just started recruiting not too long ago, with that many new people in their ranks. I doubt everything you heard from them is accurate. Who cares what the mole was called? What happened to him? Some said he was dead, and some said he lived. If you heard anything, you can even trade information for supplies with the guards who are coming. Giggling among themselves, the staff members walk away, leaving Noan alone. He wraps his light blanket around himself, mustering any warmth he can gather as he shivers. Opening his eyes, he returns once again to the empty carriage. The lingering light from the dusk coats the scenery outside the window, his presence wavering as the train marches ahead. Everything here is more real than the real world. How have you been lately? Lately? Yeah, you told me it was spring the last time you were here. You said you've gotten better and found a temporary job at the base. So, how have you been? How many times has he had this dream? Any news on the cargo crew? They've been recruiting. Sounds about right. Cargo crew only works when they've got enough people. The cargo crew member who came here said that the situation on the train has gotten better. Is that so? Are you going back then, now that things are better? I can't go back now. Ashlar is still hunting me. There's no place for me on the train. Noan lowers his head inside the shaking carriage. The ghosts of his past also fall silent. Did we really make the correct choice? Even if Aslam is changing for the better, even if the future we dreamed of will one day come true, what is the point of it? When none of you are here anymore, what's the point of me staying here? He questions himself and the phantoms before him. Shouldn't I go find you? You've got something you still need to do, haven't you? What? You haven't found me yet. I'll be waiting for you at City 074 now. I gave you the details on the route, right? Summer. What's wrong? Will you tell me if you're really alive? I've been here the whole time. Except I know that. This is just a dream. Why are you still fiddling with the wound above your eye? It's almost been a year, and your wound still hasn't fully healed. You have to stop picking that scab, or you'll blind yourself eventually. Okay, I won't lie. I actually pick on scabs too. Sometimes I won't lie. It's been a year already? Yeah. I think you should see a psychiatrist. You can't keep checking if you're awake this way every time. Something's gonna go wrong eventually. I'm sorry. Is there a reason you came here today? Oh, recruitment asked me to talk to you since we know each other. You've been here for almost a year. She emphasizes again. What's your plan? You can't keep doing odd jobs here and there. The money from the young construct allowed Noan to recover in the base for half a year. After his wounds healed, Noan started performing random chores from the base like a bumblebee. He looked after the greenhouse, cleaned the streets, fixed the roofs, and even traveled beyond the base to scavenge for useful parts from broken machines. As long as the job did not demand precision and skill, Noan would complete it on time, no matter how foul the work was. Still. Don't you think that kid is weird? Where did he show up? I don't remember either. He's one of the doctor's patients, I think. Started helping out after he recovered. Help out? Sure. The kid does most of the chores for nothing but rations, so I guess what happened to old John? He got ejected again. He's going to die out there if he can't find a base with work he can do. What can you do about it? The boss likes the kid and says he does 4 people's worth of work all on his lonesome. Recruitment can hire more people even if they want to. What do you expect? Oh, my bad. Did expect to skip right there. What do you expect? I wouldn't hire some old man if I could have a hard-working young lad working for me. Isn't the cargo crew recruiting as well? The kid could have tried to work on their train even if he didn't have any professional skills. Maybe escorting cargo is too dangerous for his taste? What a coward. We have some positions available for full-time employment, but those are all senior roles. You're too young to be working these odd jobs, like those desperately elderly folks. You've got choices. That contract back then just said he ran into you on his way when the train didn't have a place for more wounded, but he never said anything what would happen afterward. Is it possible for you to return? I'm not trying to kick you out. I'm just wondering if you have better plans, of course. You can stay here if you don't. I know. Thank you, Doc. Have you thought about where you to go? I have. I'll be leaving tomorrow. That quickly? You're not pushing yourself too hard or doing it out of spite, are you? I'm not. Don't worry. In that case, don't forget about your pay for the last 6 months at recruitment tomorrow. At least you got some food for the road. And stop picking your scab no matter where you go, you hear me? Got it, Doc. Thanks. Noan takes his heavy backpack the next day, setting off on his own as the people from the base watch on. He soon joins the scavengers, traveling back and forth between cities and slowly heading towards City 074, where fuel disappeared. Oh, City 074. Isn't that where like fake ascension takes place? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's where the fake ascension chapter takes place, and the whole polyphage thing happens. So that's why no one was in City 074. Okay, that makes sense now. Oh, that's actually cool. That makes sense now. Why he is there. Oh, he's traveling a long way, huh? Then one day, as the winter snow melts again and the winter weather gets warmer, Noan runs into a familiar figure in an empty alleyway unexpectedly. Oh, so he's still alive, huh? Oh, it's Bella! Hey, nice to see her again. Man, I'm just still so... Oh, man. I'm still depresso about her, man. I'm still depresso. Don't you remember? This is the second time we've met. It's been too long. I've heard about what happened on the train. Foiled by a mole, huh? Didn't see that coming. I suppose losing was inevitable when you guys were forced to fight when you were prepared. Before you were prepared. I think Ashlar is still searching for the Survivor Corps members. Judging from the way you look, I guess you aren't going back anytime soon, are you? You cannot go back, indeed. What about you? Why aren't you at the base, Beth? Don't call me that. There is immediately a scowl on her face. That old bastard. Beth lied to me about being my grandfather all these years. Mr. Beth isn't your grandfather, but you two did look similar. Shut up. I have nothing to do with Beth anymore. I never should have. Don't call me by that name again. Bella, what happened? I don't want to talk about it. Either way, I can't go back now, and that base doesn't concern me anymore. I gotta go. Where are you going, then? I'm going to find my mother. I just found out that she's still alive. She escaped that old bastard when I was very young, so I don't know where she is now. What about you? Where are you heading? City 074? On foot? You're probably mad, aren't you? How long will that take? 1 or 2 years, I suppose. You, forget it. Not that there's something better to do. Do you want to go together? I'm only searching for my mother on the way. After all, safety in numbers and all that. Oh, so that's how they start traveling together. Nice. Oh, right, I never asked you your name. You were doing business with the cargo crew, and you don't even know my name? They only ever called you Captain, Four Eyes, Googly, or Rachel's boy. When did anyone call me Googly? How could I remember what you were called when there are so many people and nicknames in the cargo crew? The only thing I remember is the names of the culprits from the official report. Assad, Barbara, Noan, and Rachel herself. Is one of those names yours? I don't have a name. Even the cannon fodders in games have a name like Slime or something. Why don't you have a name? You can call me Slime then. People only throw their names away when they want to forget their past. Are you one of those people? Bella sighs, realizing that she's also talking about herself. You shouldn't forget it, even if what happened on the train took away everything. You shouldn't let go of the memories of them. Memories. I know they've been calling you a monster, Noan, but a monster doesn't have to be horrifying or doomed. You might not be able to get rid of that label, but still. I hope you grow up to be just like Shrek and live happily ever after. What about Shrek? My mom used to call me Shrek. Sure. Bella can tell he is hiding something, but she does not press any further. She also has her own secrets she wants to keep hidden. Right, I've got something I need your help with. One of them has buried his past and future underneath one horrible winter, now an empty shell and walking dead. The other has furiously hidden the shame of being lied to for 24 years, unwilling to let it be brought up. Two people and their secrets begin their journey to City 074. Don't you think you've gone too far? On the 25th day after they started traveling together, the apathetic soul realizes he may still be able to feel anger. What? I'm trying to arrive at City 074, not spending the last 25 days drawing a portrait of your mom from your memories. I need to find her, but I don't have a photo of her. Getting you to draw a picture of her sounds like a solid plan to me. You owe me one, remember? I haven't practiced drawing since I joined the cargo crew. There's no way I can satisfy your unreasonable demands. I'm just asking you to raise her eyebrows. You asked me to move them lower 5 minutes ago. Can't you make them a little bit higher while you're making them a bit lower? Why is it so hard for you to understand what I'm describing? Noan takes a deep breath before adjusting the eyebrows with his pen once again. How about now? It still doesn't feel right. Forget the brows for now. Can you make her eyes a little to the left and a little to the right? I remember that her hair was gentle and bountiful like ripened grapevines, and her gaze was shimmering like ripples on a lake. Noan takes another deep breath. Who told you I could draw? Rachel? Have you considered that she might be joking and I have no idea how to even hold a pen? That's not possible. She had a drawing you made when you were young in her bag. And when did you learn to describe a face this way? Bella waves the book in her hand. It's a collection of essays about the author, reflections on life. The first chapter is filled with passages that depict the beauty of the female lead character. Her eyes were like apples kissed by gunpowder, reflecting the dusk that abandoned swan mist. Solitude captured inside Mona Lisa's frame painted the colors of her fingertips. Noan slams the book shut and politely returns it to Bella. I think my mom was right about compromising on things you're powerless to do. I've decided to give up on drawing starting today. I will not fantasize about making a living out of it anymore. Oh man, nah, bruh. Nah, man. Oh man. That's gotta suck, bro. Man, I can understand that, dude. That's gotta suck. Are you always this agonized when you create, or is it just because you haven't practiced enough? I'm always like this. Well, you still owe me one, and Rachel said she wanted to give you... Keep practicing. Hard work beats talent any day. I'm sure you could do it, so... Change those brows! Takes Noan 500 days before he finally completes the first picture Bella is happy with. I told you you can do it. You would have gotten here sooner if you had set a wider gap between the eyes and naturally curly hair instead of make her eyes look to the left and the right, and her hair was like ripened grapevines. What's wrong with that? I find your inner life much richer than before, unlike the Walking Dead that you were when I first ran into you. You did a good job reviving me by making me roll over in my grave. He puts down his pen and stretches his sore fingers. Stop complaining. Keep an open mind. Let's go. Bella waves her hand with great cash. Panicash? Anyone know what that means? If anyone knows what that means in the comments, let me know down below. Just let me know what that means. Make our way towards the place they agreed on 50 days ago. Once the journey begins, time becomes a whirlwind passing by. Two of them join the scavengers, searching for supplies and information with their skills while helping each other on the way. The painful memories from their past have been neatly tucked away within them, becoming secrets they never speak of. Not that they speak with each other often, they only talk when absolutely necessary. They only start chatting again when the next winter comes, and they start talking about books they have read. One of them loves manga, while the other loves self-help books, so their interests barely overlap. Still, they only start talking because of books. Time passes, and the teenager Bella thought was awaiting his growth spurt has grown to the size of a young man. Only one thing has not changed. His nightmares still haunt him, and he will not stop picking his scab. To keep his wound from getting infected, Bella has found a pair of windproof goggles with concrete lenses to replace Noan's shattered glasses. He chuckles when she sees him trying to scratch through the goggles. Have you seen those cone-shaped collars people put on their pets to keep them from licking their injuries? Do your self-help books teach you how not to sound like a jerk? Gotta readjust. Bella means well, but Noan has since started to avoid sleeping after losing his way to separate dreams from reality. He's afraid of losing himself once again in his old dreams. Worried, Noan often sits all night by himself until the sun rises. Lacking sleep, he starts struggling with their journey during the day after a while. After seeing Noan pass out once during their travel, Bella has to start making sure he sleeps. I wasn't expecting to be a mother this young. Can't you take better care of yourself? You're free to let me be. Look, I'm not as good as an ex-cargo captain when it comes to handling troubles on the road, alright? Do you know how much harder it is for me to survive if you drop dead now? Noan does not want to worry her, but he still struggles to sleep normally, so he ends up learning to pretend to snore. He can only confront the long night peacefully if Bella is calmly asleep. The tiring journey continues for a long time. They come across many ruins during countless sunsets, searching for the signs of life in dark, empty alleyways. When the fireflies take flight in the forest on a summer night, Noan remembers an old melody he has repressed deep inside. Only then does he learn to use his mechanical firefly to anchor himself to reality, and he finally finds his respite from his prolonged torment. Aw, that's sweet. And that's sweet. His gift from Field, his toy from Field really helped him, man. The fireflies, dude. Oh. Alright. Okay. Looks like that's that. I think we're gonna stop there for now. Stop reading the story there for now.